This is the OK Show. We are live. My name is Iceman. I think you're still mute.
I was muted.
All
right. So
Okay.
we're on. All good? Signal's good?
Now's good.
Alrighty. What day is it? It's a Wednesday, right?
It is a Wednesday.
And we should have a name for this. Not necessarily like a Wednesday guesting thing, because we're not sure if we're gonna have guests on Wednesdays all the time, but just for Wednesdays. What would you want to call it? Wild Wednesday?
Boys night.
Boys night.
Used to be ladies night on Wednesday, so yeah. Well, but Pink is joining us, but still, it's like sort of a boys night.
Is there a boys night? Like, is there a designated boys night on
No,
Sabado nights?
no.
Sabado nights.
Every night
Sabado
is boys
nights.
night.
Sabado nights.
Sabado nights there is, but it's not really like exclusively for boys. But I think boys night is always every night.
That's when you get the chance to meet.
Check. Are we good? I think something's wrong with the
Sabotage.
Connection. Is it your internet or is it my internet?
Oh my God, it's Mirage. No, it's sabotage. Are you familiar with these? I think it's a sabotage, bro.
The sabotage.
They're out there.
You mean me too? Because we just called our show Boys Night.
No, they're gonna take us down before we start talking about like they're talking about sex again. You know, like, oh, here are these guys again. They're gonna start talking either about sex or about, no, we're not gonna talk about either of those. It's gonna be a productive episode, I promise.
Right.
I will let my co-host talk more than I will. All right.
People are gonna start thinking that we're horny all the time. These guys are horny all the time. They're talking about sex all the time.
You know why we're horny all the time? Because we're not getting any. All right. If you're not getting any, that's when you're horny all the time. If you're getting some action, then you're like, your friends would be like, let's go out. You're like, nah.
That's why. If you want to get some action, do not get married. Once you get married, there's no more action. There's a lot of dramas, yes.
There's a lot action, just a different kind of action.
Funny moments, Like, yeah, it's a different kind of action. I'm telling you. Yeah.
It's like
mostly lots of dramas and some funny moments with your kids. Right.
Exactly. And there's always that trying to figure out if she's on that night, like, because, like you make your move and your kids are asleep and you try to be sweet with the wifey and you're like, make tweak and you go loving. And then the wifey be like, I'm tired. And then, you'll hear from their friends, it's like, oh, you're not giving her enough action or you're not romantic enough or whatever. I'm like, hold on. What are we supposed to do here? Like, okay, every day of the week we're supposed to ask, and then we're supposed to get turned down, or it's. I guess
and everything's planned. Yeah, everything's planned. Is that what it is? You have to talk about it. You have to talk about it.
This is
back then you don't have to talk about it. You just like look at each other and like, boom, there you go.
This is a good topic. I don't want to overstep this episode because I'm excited about this episode, but I'm just saying this is gonna be a good topic because I want to hear from the ladies what their take on intimacy. But what's the real deal on intimacy? Do you guys want it rough and hard? Do you want it soft and slow and romantic? Do you want us to ask you, or do you want to ask us? I don't think guys really reject women. Have you ever rejected, a request by your significant other, your partner, like you want to get some action that night? Have you ever said like, I have a headache, tomorrow na lang, or I haven't had my pharmaton yet, or
I think I have. I mean, haven't you? I think I have. I mean, you have those nights.
Never. I'm not saying like I'm always up. I'm just saying it's like because like
I have.
Like she's okay.
I have.
Maybe
I said no. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, man, I'm swamped. I can't do it. And she'd be like,
are you sure? Where were you earlier, huh?
That's not even right. Right? I mean, it's 2021. I mean, she's saying it to me. It's not all right. See, we're gonna get into trouble.
I know. I'm just saying. Okay.
No,
I'm just saying.
She's not saying to degrade like,
Yeah.
oh man,
No,
so
we're
hard
just
to
saying this is
explain these
an
days.
interesting topic because we want to get the real scoop and we want majority to win. So we would want ladies to join in via chat or have them over with video and everything and get the lowdown on what's the real scoop when it comes to intimacy. How do ladies really want it? Because we have what we think ladies want, but obviously we're men, so we don't know. All right, so let's stick to our topic tonight. Special show. We're gonna have a special guest. Actually, not really a guest anymore because he's a part of the show, just not on video. He's always joining us via chat. He's been a friend since Breakfast Club days. Back when he
He's
was
not
doing
gonna join
radio.
us. Join us.
He will,
He's
right?
gonna join us.
Video.
Yeah.
You gave him the link, right?
Not yet. Hang on. Sorry. Jong, my
Dude.
mistake. Oh my god. Oh my
Give him
god.
the link.
No, I mean,
I know.
crap.
I know
All
he's
right,
an
all
IT
right.
guy. I know he's an IT guy, but he can't guess the link, dude. Come on, it's not that. He's not Neo.
You have to hack your way into this show.
Let's see how
kidding.
good you are,
I'm
John.
kidding.
Baka hanggang gitara ka lang.
Right. Are we gonna have him now at this time, or did you give him a time like 8:30 or what 9? Are we gonna have him now, like pronto?
Okay, we're gone again. I think Jong's hacking us. Gear acquisition syndrome. It's a condition that our guest, Mr. George Jong Tujan, will explain elaborately, and that it
All
is
right,
a real condition.
take your time, man. Take your time. Jong just messaged me. Give me a few minutes. Take your time. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine.
He's putting on face powder and getting makeup tips from Jenny as we speak.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, yeah. So it's a Wednesday. How was your day, Rod?
Oh man,
exciting.
I'm trying to put a.
Any different from any other days of the week?
I'm trying to put a positive face here. My dad's health is, dude. It's not in. It's in. He's in dire straits right now. I think
it's nothing serious, yeah. I mean, just a little bit of serious. Those things that old people peel. Oh man, the internet connection is crazy.
I don't know.
Hey, happy birthday.
So anyway, I don't want to let people down. We have a show to do, and as professionals, the show must go on. But get well soon to my dad. It's I don't want to even go into it because I get emotional when I start talking about the details. But my dad, please pray for my dad. He has not seen my youngest, and we haven't visited him in Manila since the pandemic. He has to be in the hospital. They might rush him tonight. They did not rush him earlier because he did not want to be brought to the emergency, the ward of the hospital because fear of COVID and everything. But I don't think he can eat. My wife is a nurse. She recommended that not to feed him because he could barely speak,
right.
And he can't chew. So he might have like this respiratory whatever thing where the food goes in his lungs or whatever and it makes it worse. So they have to give him like what do they call IV, the dextrose, right? You know about this. You went through this with your dad. So prayers for my dad. That's all I'm saying. And we got to do the show. All right. So Jong, are you there?
Well, he's gonna come in. He said just a few minutes for him. So
he's going like this
5,
right now.
It could be 10, no problem about it.
He's putting
today,
on
eyelashes or like
concealer.
Concealer. All right. Yeah. Okay. Foundation.
Okay. Today, what were you saying?
I know. Today, my daughter, she fell while playing outside.
Oh my God! What's going on with your family?
She was not. Classes were finished. But she has to go to what we call a kids club. It's like an after school care. So they have like homework time. Then after homework time, they're allowed to go outside and play. And from her story, she said she saw, or there was like an insect, a big insect, and she was scared. She panicked. So she ran, then she slipped, then she fell down, then she hit her head. So I got a call while driving to daycare. To the after school care. It's actually in the same campus, like inside the school. So I got a call from the kids club, and they told me that, your daughter fell down. She hit her head, and she was complaining that she had a headache, or it hurts. So if you can just bring her to the hospital after you pick her up. I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a few minutes. So I picked her up, and I was like, what happened? And then she told me the story, like, there was, because she wasn't telling them anything. She was just like, I just fell and hit her head, and they didn't know where she hit her head. Was it on the ground, like just the soil, or was it concrete? So she didn't tell them. So she told me. Then they were so concerned because they were like, can you just take her to the hospital and just tell us what happened? So I took her to the hospital. She got a CT scan, and she had a X-ray. It was all clear, but then there's this like thing that they give you, like a paper, all the things that you have to watch out for, like if she
Mm-hmm.
throws up, or if she keeps on complaining about a headache, or if she has
Mm-hmm.
double vision and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So she can't use the bathtub yet. She can have a bath, like, well, she can have a shower, but not like the bath. So it's that sort of thing. And she's still like, oh, it's still a little bit, like it hurts, it's still painful. So like, yeah, we're panicking because I went through the same thing. I hit my
Mm-hmm.
head, and I was stubborn, and stubborn as hell. After a month, I was bleeding inside, so that's why I had surgery. So I'm
Dude,
like,
yours was near death, man. Yours is crazy. I mean, if yours is crazy, and I remember you telling me about like how it's affected your temper and your personality and
I
stuff. And
think
I
so,
feel like,
yeah.
dude, you know what? We're blood brothers. We're not blood brothers, but we're like brothers. Because like, look at you. My dad's in dire straits. His health is not good. Your daughter gets in a accident, has to be brought to the hospital. You have practically a hole in your cranium, in your head. I have a big ass
Right
dent
here.
in the back of my head from head trauma. We're both head trauma. That's why we're crazy, right?
Survivors.
So yes, we survive. We're not saying there are no side effects or permanent damage done. We're just not aware of it, because have you ever seen a crazy person admit they're crazy? So yeah, but we both have had head injuries and pretty severe stuff.
Right.
I think more than mine, but I had it when I was a kid, so I think it does have an effect. Like you have like it's not really like you get violent or anything. It's just you overreact. Like when your kid splashed you with a little bottle cap of water, and you're like,
Right.
you don't take that time to think and say,
Yeah.
this is a
But then my
5-year-old.
sister would tell him, like, no, even before you had that,
Okay, all right.
before you had that
Okay.
surgery, we're like that. I'm like, really? I don't
Darn
know.
it! I
Like,
was trying to use that as an excuse, my friend.
I know.
was trying to use this.
I was making it as an excuse as well. But then my sister was like, well, not really.
I
You were like
know.
that
I
before.
know.
Oh my God.
Same
But
here.
then, okay, the man who
He's
is
here.
half
The
guitar,
myth, the man, the myth, the
the
legend.
legend,
Tom Byron
the half
is
man,
here.
half guitar.
Ron Jeremy
Ladies and
is with
gentlemen,
us.
Ron Jeremy, not Ron Jeremy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have George Tuhan.
Woo!
All right, John. All right,
What the
hey,
heck,
what's up?
man?
Where's
You
that?
shaved.
That was
Dude.
me. I thought the answer would be like.
I was expecting John to look like like a younger, scruffier Rick Beato,
Yeah,
man.
with all
Come on,
those like the crow
you-
makeup, like
you look like Red Shawl, bro. What's going on?
You,
That's Red Shawl, man.
you hyped it too much. Parang taas na expectation.
Dude, that's the thing with Filipinos. We're so humble to the point that we're arrogantly humble. Ang
Are
yaman
you
mo,
saying
flex,
he's
di naman,
arrogant?
bro. Lima lang Ferrari namin.
Blessed.
Hashtag blessed. You are blessed. Absolutely blessed with talent that I envy. But fortunate enough to have him as a friend, as a mentor, as a guru. I thought I knew how to play the guitar, but knowing and being good at it are two totally different things. And Jong has transcended both levels. And he's not even like doing that full time as a job. It's like a hobby, a passion. His outlet, artistic outlet, his ADHD, whatever you want to call it. That's he has to drink it with something, and when he gets obsessed, he'll explain. So, Jong, welcome to the show. You've always been a part of the show, but now you are our guest. We will let you introduce yourself, because I know you're an IT guy. I know you're a guitar god, but I don't know what adult websites you check out, so you can share that. Ice will ask his questions. I will ask mine. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest for tonight.
Oh,
Where are you
good
from?
evening,
What are you all about?
the viewers? And well, basically, this is the first time I'm coming in on live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Puro chat
Not the
lang.
first time as a showbiz appearance.
First time I've seen him again in so many years. I mean, we've chatted online, like when
When
I'm
was
at
the last
like
time
at
we
Killer B,
saw
but
each other?
I think that was like first year high school.
What?
No.
I think so. I
No.
mean, like I think so, because I haven't seen him ever like after that. I
I think
know.
Does John look the
I've seen
same?
for a show.
Yeah, of
Does
course.
John look?
Like I remember him that way.
Ice, does
Jeez,
John look
bro.
the same? You look the
Yeah.
same?
Look at the hair. I don't have hair anymore. He still got
John,
hair.
John, Ice is the same height. I don't know if it looks the same, but the height
Same
is the same.
height, no hair. Terrible,
looks the
man.
same.
Terrible.
Minus the hair.
Oh crap.
No, you look younger. Actually, you look younger, Ice. I look at your pictures from like way back early Killer Me days. Dude, you look so like tucked in and like serious. You look younger now, man.
Well, yeah. Well, I told you I'll try to be, because I don't have any money. If you have money, you can look old. you don't have any money, you have to look young.
Yeah, you can be
gotta
ugly
try.
if you have money,
You
man.
gotta
It don't
try. Yeah,
matter.
you know what I'm
You
saying.
know.
But
So
then yeah,
Jong, go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Give your background on Jong. Nice.
Hang on. So when we were in first year, were you playing the
Yeah.
guitar already? First year high school or not yet?
Yeah, I started around 12 years old, grade 6. Yeah.
Sixth
Ooh,
grade.
that's
How come I've never seen him play the guitar when I was in first year?
that's a
That
good
wasn't
age, right?
popular yet, yeah? At that time when we were first year?
Yeah, yeah. What happened was no, because usually those who play on stage should be the third year, fourth year.
All
Uh,
right. That's why, huh?
so
Those
we didn't
people.
have a chance until we reach around second year. And I did
Second,
not
I
play the
get.
guitar at that time. I
You
was
played the bass?
yeah, I started with the bass, then a drummer for a
I don't-
different band.
the
All
show's kind of. I
right.
don't know if it's my. Is it your internet ice or mine? Am I the only one cutting out? Because you guys are like
It's probably
weird.
yours. Jong's fine. I'm
Really?
fine. It's yours.
Darn it. Okay, hold on. Let me check my speed. What is it? Fast.com? What is it, John?
Yeah.
John, okay, go ahead. You guys talk. Because you're
Right.
the guest.
So,
So
you started with bass, then the drums. Okay. So, but you learned the guitar first, yeah? Or did you learn the bass first? Which one is it?
Yeah, I learned the guitar first.
Right.
Then
How
the
different
bass
is a
was like
guitar and a
side
bass,
effect
though?
of- Yeah, because the first four strings of the guitar is basically the bass, but an
Right.
octave lower, meaning it just sounds lower.
So okay, like, because I don't know anything about instruments. All right. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I tried playing the piano, but I'm like, I can't play it. So basically, if you can play the guitar, that means you can play the bass too. Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, you can put it that way. You can play it
But you're
because
not necessarily good at it, yeah? Because some
yeah,
people are just
not
really good with
necessarily.
bass and they're not really good with the guitar. But some people are like really good with the guitar, but not really good with bass. So your specialty is guitar.
Although in
Although,
most
right?
cases,
if you're good in the guitar, you're good on bass.
that in high school bands, the person that is not as technically proficient usually ends up playing the bass because it's easy to pick up. But
Ah,
that's a wrong
John's not
impression
knocking on the
because
bass players,
one of
right?
the hardest
But it's
instruments to nail.
bass.
the what?
Yeah,
The bass?
Yeah.
the bass.
Shout out to
It's not
a
as
couple of bass
simple as
player
it
friends
is.
of mine, Carlo Tapia and Paolo Cici.
Yeah,
John knows these guys.
All right.
You check. Oh, by the way,
We
if
have
John
those are
looks like a
crazy
familiar
good.
face, if John looks like a familiar face, he's appeared on that Wish bus. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Wish.
Yeah,
I know
I
whatever.
drove the
What's the
bus.
frequency of Wish?
we drove the bus.
No, he was outside watching Dong Abay perform Perfecto. He's going like this. No, he's actually you performed on the Wish bus several times, right? You were you did the
Hang on, what's so
guitars.
Yeah,
okay? Fill me in. What's a wish bus? I don't know what a wish
Okay,
bus
explain,
is.
John. Explain what the Wish bus is. He's the radio guy and he
it's
doesn't know.
All right, okay, hang on. Jim Boy, I think our batchmate from Assumption. Is Jeffrey also from Assumption? Like I think they're tuned in. They're listening to John right now. Right? Okay, right. Go, John.
what's the frequency again for Wish, Rod?
105. Yeah, that's what the guy said.
Ah,
I
okay,
don't know.
okay, that's what it is. Wish
Yeah,
that wish. Okay, you're talking about the Wish radio. All right, okay. Now I'm familiar
Ding,
with it.
ding,
I've seen it
ding,
on
Wish
YouTube. So you
105.
play. Hang on, you played there. You actually played at the Wish
yeah.
bus.
So
All right,
basically, what they do, they feature artists and put them on a mobile
right,
studio.
yeah.
The bus
And
are
they run
studio
around the city.
run
And
around the
this
city.
mobile studio is better than our radio station studio.
I
With the
would, yeah, I
equipment,
would
dude,
agree.
right?
I would
Right, John?
agree.
With pretty good
I've
equipment, right?
seen the inside of that bus. I've seen people singing it. Like, okay, what did you like? Were you with your band or was it like
Yeah, I played for Ann Mendoza.
Ann Mendoza? All right,
Yeah. It's an indie group in
all
Davao,
right.
and
And he
they were
also played with Franco and Bowie and who else was there? The guy from
Oh God, this
that Cebu
guy's a
band.
professional for crying out
What's the
loud.
Cebu band, dude? The Franco's band. He's like with Bowie from Parroquia, and you played guitar in Franco's concert at Torres. Remember? I have a picture,
no.
dude. Franco was there on stage. You were
He can't
behind
even
him.
remember. He played so many times he can't
See,
even remember.
he's so
That's
popular. He
how
doesn't
good
know
he
who
is.
Franco is.
Yeah, who's
Oh yeah.
Franco? What? Who? Franco? Who?
Do you know Franco? Ice, you're in Japan already then, right? Were you-
Yeah, but I've heard of the guy.
Yeah.
I see
Um,
him on YouTube.
Ice. I
I will try to
remember
look
the
for that
last time
picture.
we saw.
All right, okay, yeah. When was it?
It was what's that place in Shrine Hill?
Shrine Hills Matina. All
Jack's
right, hang
Ridge?
on. Jack's Ridge.
Jack's
Did you
Ridge.
play there?
No.
Did you play there?
Seed Show. We played there with 9 Volt, my other band.
Ah,
I
right.
think that
Okay. When was that?
was
2000
ano
and
nagka-
what? 2005? 2004?
long time ago. Man.
I mean, that was a
Long
long
time
time ago. See, I don't even remember it. Oh man.
Remember, Ice, we had an
Okay,
event
see,
there.
I'm happy now. I'm
Was
happy
that
now. I'm happy
Southport?
now.
No,
I'm
we had an
happy now.
event. I
He
remember we were
remembered
at
me. He did not remember Franco. He did not remember playing with Franco,
dude.
but he remembered me at the
You're
show. That is very
Iceman.
nice. I'm very
You're
happy. I'm very happy.
you're
Oh, that made me happy.
even
I was
Franco
like, Franco,
remembers
who's
you.
Franco?
Franco remembers you.
And we
We're
haven't
talking-
even met, and he remembers me. What the heck? Now, that makes me happy.
Would you guys cool together? What are you talking about? All right. Anyways,
All right, okay. So
right.
with your guitar experience, like you play you play the bass and you play the drums. How okay? Like, was it because you were trying to give way to others? Like, all right, all right, I'll do the drums, I'll do the bass. You do the
but
guitar.
I'm better than them at the guitars.
Yeah, I mean, because in your head you're like, I'm the best here. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just let you have it. But in
He
reality,
was like
I can just
he was like being Dave Grohl. He was being Dave Grohl in Nirvana, basically. He's
yeah.
like,
He's
okay, I'll
like,
play
all right,
drums.
yeah,
You know,
whatever,
I'll
whatever.
let Kurt get that crappy guitar playing thing going on. I'll just write the song. Then he comes out with Foo Fighters. You know.
Well, Rod, funny that you mentioned Dave Grohl because although I started with the guitar, but when I heard Nirvana the first time, I
Mhm.
was thinking to myself, I need to play the drums. And
Ah,
I learned it with just listening to them. That was a main trigger for me. And
not knowing that later
and
on.
it-
Oh, so when he started playing guitars on Foo Fighters, then you switch to guitars. Is that what happened?
yeah. So we
Weird,
had
right?
in second year high school, I think there was a band from a year higher than us. They wanted to join a competition. And then they saw
Mhm.
me playing the drums, so they wanted me in as the drummer. So
Oh, they
that's how
parodied
it
you.
really started. But
Mhm.
a few days before the actual contest, medyo nahirapan yung gitarista. So we trade places. So I
Okay.
ended up
Damn.
playing.
See, that's what I'm talking about. All right, I'll let you play the guitar. And he can't do it. I'm like, all right.
What
step
songs were you
aside,
playing?
I'll do it.
Like, I mean, you were when you started. Okay, we'll go back first to when you started guitar at 12. Because usually
He
when
was so
somebody starts to
kind. He was
when
so
somebody
kind.
starts to play
Nahirapan yung
guitar,
guitarist. They're like, oh, he sucked. So I have to take his place. And you have to
and,
do
and
the drums.
No,
what was the
because
song?
it's always about the song, about making it sound good, not making
Right.
you look good. And I hate that.
All right.
Yeah.
See,
You
that's
have
a
to make
musician
the
right there.
band sounds good.
Yeah,
So that's the
absolutely.
reason why.
Absolutely.
give
All right,
in.
so
But he didn't
when you
really
were 12
suck,
years-
yeah. That
the guy
guitar player.
only for that particular song,
no.
maybe, right?
Yeah, he sucked on that particular
Okay,
song.
so,
But he was
so
actually good. All right.
pangalanan mo na
Right,
yan. Pangalanan mo na kung ano. Magaling naman pala.
The
Pangalanan mo
guy's
na,
name
bro. Sino ba?
Jimboy Pangi, no? Not Jimboy Pangi, right? Of course not.
I know it's not Rod Rodriguez because I'm not
Oh.
performance level, but you know
Jinjin
who
is
is it?
here. Oh. Jinjin is commenting.
On board. He's on board. He's on board. Oh, there you go. Okay,
Yeah.
na mga rockers. Naglabasan ng mga
Like,
rockers.
does Jinboy like play an instrument? Like okay.
Plays the guitar.
Oh, he plays the guitar. See, man, you all play the guitar. See, I'm
Yes,
such a
we do.
loser. I can't play the guitar.
My mom
Damn
plays
it.
the guitar.
My God.
So
Thank
all right,
God I left assumption.
I want to know first because I never
Thank
asked
God.
Jong this. 12 years old, you started to play the guitar. Was that out of your own free will, or were you influenced by an uncle? Because I mean, 12 years
Yes,
old, that must have
yes,
been like what
yes.
year? What year was
Were
that?
your
and what
parents
band-
musicians
bands-
or,
bands
you
were
know?
big?
None of my parents play an instrument, but my uncle from the mother side are all musicians or leaning
Alright.
to the arts.
All right.
But I'm not
That's
really
why.
close to that part of the family, so I did not have a chance to
often.
meet them regularly.
internet's slowing down.
But you know, it causes a spark. So you're interested in music and all that. But it
Yeah.
wasn't until in grade 6 where Mr. Llanto, you remember him?
Yeah, I hated that teacher, but yeah, whatever. I remember him.
Dude,
I'm kidding.
he's
I'm
in the
kidding.
chat
All
group. He's in the chat group.
right. in the chat. No. Like, he's fine.
Okay,
He's, fine. He's our teacher.
why do you hate
Like,
him?
yeah,
Why?
Mr.
Why?
Yanto. Yeah.
Why do you
Wait,
hate him?
I'll tell you
Why do
later.
you
No,
hate
let
him?
him finish. Let him finish the story.
Was
right.
he the
So, Mr.
inspiration
Yanto, yeah.
for the Pink Floyd song?
No.
Okay.
Okay, Sir Yanto. Yeah, so Sir Yanto.
Sir
Yeah.
Yanto opened the guitar club in
Yes, I remember that time. He opened the guitar club. I remember that moment. Like, okay, guitar club. So you're a member of that.
yes.
Okay.
That's it.
There you go.
That was
Actually,
that's how it started.
it opened the gates. Okay. Yeah. What was he a good guitar player? Because I don't know. I thought he was
Yeah,
just
he can play.
he can play the
sing.
guitar.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Because he was our
Uh,
work education teacher. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of like sort of like, oh man, hey, he was okay, but he was also the basketball coach, and he didn't like. All right. I tried out for the team, and like, oh, I didn't make it. Like, damn it, F you, sir.
I think Jin got your spot.
Yeah, I
Jin Boy
think so.
got your
Yeah. He was part of the team. My God, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave this place. But oh man, not a lot of good memories in Assumption. I think some of my classmates actually thought I would be in jail a few years after I left, and they were like,
No.
"Oh, what happened to this guy?" I remember Alan Roy. You remember Alan Roy?
Yeah.
He actually went to one of my radio stations, which was 93.1. He actually came to see if it was actually me, because I thought he was like, oh, I have to make sure. I'm like, then he came back with a few of the other girls. I think Gemma Kabahog was there, and there were like two other, or like Sharon May Abad.
Yeah.
They came
See,
with
Rod,
because
how popular Ice is.
no.
No,
Because they were trying.
go right ahead with your reunion show, man.
No,
Let's not talk about guitars. Go right ahead.
No,
Go right ahead.
kind of connect.
Bring up names that I've never heard of in my life. Dude, it's not that I didn't go to Assumption. I didn't go to school here. What are you talking about? When I was in
That's
first year
kind of
college,
fun.
dude, I felt like
because these
Wala
people.
kay Santo Tomas.
Well, what? No, I'm kidding.
No.
I don't. Here's the thing, because I thought I knew Jong, but I knew like the much later part of Jong's life. Iceman apparently, go way back with Jong, but
Right, yeah,
we're
but
talking about
anyway,
Jong's
okay,
guitar
okay.
here. We're not talking about.
Yeah, all right, all right. We're
Not,
gonna
not
talk
the
about
teacher you
classical.
hate.
All right, okay,
What's the
guitars
teacher's
now.
name?
All right.
What's the teacher's name, Mr. Soriano?
Mr. Yanto. Mr. Yanto. All right.
Oh my.
Anyway,
God,
so all right,
dude,
so let's go back to the guitar.
Okay.
So Mr. Yanto opened the gates
No.
for you
Oh yeah, go.
because he like he started the guitar club. Then after that, you joined the like the older guys. They picked you to be the drummer, but on the actual competition, the guy sucked on that song. He sucked with that song, so you have to trade places. Did you win the contest though? Did you win that contest?
Yeah, that's the reason, because the first one, I played the drums, we did not win. And the second attempt, where I played the guitar, we won.
You won. That's how he sucked. See, you're very kind. That's how the guy sucked. They did not win the first time. They traded
Okay.
places. They won. Simple.
Luto.
I mean, yeah, I could tell, man. I could tell. Like, if yeah, I understand. Like, you're a guitar player, Rod. You probably know how that is. If there's somebody
I'm not a
there
guitar
playing
player.
and it's not,
I'm not a guitar player. I'm an
You are a
artist.
guitar player.
I'm an
Oh, you're
you're
artist.
an artist. All right, okay, an artist.
The
All
guitar
right,
is
okay.
merely an instrument. Jong is a guitar player.
All right. So, how many guitars do you have right now?
Okay.
Right now.
Or
Okay, hold on.
how
Hold
many
on.
guitars have you had? All
Let's
right,
not go
okay,
there
okay,
yet.
okay, let's go right
let's
now.
not go there yet.
Right now.
No, let's not.
Like,
let's
how
not
many
go
guitars
there
do you
yet.
have right now?
Let's not go there
Right
yet
now?
because the gear is crazy with Jong. Let's not go there yet. Are you gonna start now
Okay,
with the
let's not
guitar
go there yet.
lineup?
All right.
Let's
Okay.
not
No,
go there
not
yet.
yet.
Let's
All
not
right,
go there
okay.
yet.
So,
I want a little background on Jong
okay,
first.
you have any questions? All right. Okay.
Yeah, real quick, because what was the first song you learned in its entirety? Not necessarily with tabs and everything accurate, like just the chords that you could play from beginning to end. Not accurate like performance level accurate, but what with the simple chords and stuff. What was that one song that you struggled to learn and learn the chord shapes and stuff?
Rod, you have to remember this is early
What
90s.
year?
So
What
no
year?
tabs.
No tabs. Just absolutely, yeah, that's right. If there were tabs, we couldn't afford it.
Exactly.
That would
So,
be like
no,
on
no,
Guitar
wait,
World,
wait.
not the jingle.
I think the first song I learned on the guitar was
Ice will guess one. I'll guess one.
Howard
Ice.
of the County.
Not this one,
Coward
not
of the
Pariko.
County.
All
Not
right, this okay.
Pariko?
Jimboy saying
No,
Pariko.
not Pariko. Coward of the County by
Card of the County. Kenny Rogers.
Sing it, Ice.
General.
Sing it.
Kenny
Sing
Rogers.
it. Sing it. Dude, that's not 90s. That's like 50s.
No, the year.
Right,
The year that he
I'm kidding, I'm
that
kidding.
he
Okay,
he learned
Ice,
it.
you know the
We
song?
didn't really have a
Coward
choice
of the County.
because
Right?
Sir Lianto wanted us to play that song. So he just gave
See that guy again. That guy again.
That's the title of that song? That's the title
Coward
of
of
that
the
song?
County. Yeah,
You were
yeah.
singing it and I recognize it. Go.
Yeah. I forgot the, but it's something like you. Sometimes you have to
Na
fight to
na
be
na
a man.
na 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 na. That
Right,
the
right.
one?
Mm.
That's the one?
Yeah. Nothing is done, nothing that I've done. Yeah. That's I can't memorize. I don't memorize.
Perfect
it,
pitch
so,
too. Perfect pitch.
yeah. So wow. Okay.
I'm not talking about your
Coward-
singing.
I
I'm
love
talking about
that
the music
song.
store.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
okay.
That's
You were
why-
perfect pitch.
That's why.
So that was a song.
Coward of the
If
County.
somebody told me
Kenny Rogers.
to learn to play a Kenny Rogers song, I probably wouldn't struggle to learn all those chord shapes. But do you still remember the chord progression, John? If that was the first song, 'cause you should never forget the first
Yeah, it's
guitar piece.
should be around C, F, and G. It's
All
should
right,
be right
there you
there.
go. All right, there you go. So that's the first song.
Okay,
to
did you
John
ever
Conrad.
use your guitar skills to woo women?
No.
Right? Really? You didn't go to their
Back-
house and
back
play like
on.
those sweet songs?
Oh,
Really? Not even
dude.
those like romantic songs?
Dude, how can you impress a woman with a
Is it
Kenny Rogers
okay
song?
to call
Islands in the
mine?
screen.
Come on.
Bro,
That's baloney,
Ice,
man.
Ice,
If I can
Ice.
play the guitar, I would. Oh, see
Ice,
what I'm
I'll
saying?
ask you. Ice, I'll ask you.
See?
What song?
Oh,
What guitar piece would you learn to play if you could, like back then, your Adaret days? What guitar piece would be your masterpiece that you would perform?
man, I don't know.
Truly?
There's a lot of songs, man. A lot of songs.
You can't
I
even
mean,
name one.
you know,
This is
I
pre
don't
John
know.
Mayer. This is pre John Mayer. Probably Eric Clapton. That's there. I mean, I don't know, Bon Jovi maybe.
Okay, what's your favorite Tarana song? John.
Yeah, what's your favorite, John? What's your favorite
like,
Tarana song?
for
Many
women?
Harana songs. My wife often tells me that I need to play more Harana songs.
But
Because
if
you were
you
like
could-
into rock. Is it because you're like more into rock stuff? No, all right, okay.
Back
There you
then.
go.
Okay, what's
That
the most
means-
romantic rock song? What's the most romantic
Yeah,
rock?
most romantic rock song. Bed of Roses.
I wanna lay you down on a bed of roses.
I bet, because he's a rock star. He's a certified rocker. I bet that John was probably like doing this.
No.
When
No.
some bands sing the chorus and the
Yeah.
chorus goes on,
He's going-
John was probably like, I want to lay you down. Like I've seen a lot of guys doing that. What's up with that? Bed of Roses. Like they hate the song. I don't know. Like my best friend,
Dude,
They
Like,
hate
he
the song, but
does
they
that.
know the lyrics.
but they
Dude,
know the
where do you-
lyrics.
Ice,
They
where do
do
you
this.
hear that song? Where do you hear
What?
that song? At Stag, Apollo, Apple.
No. Like no,
Hot
no. Okay,
Legs. That's where you
I
hear
went,
that song. What are
No,
you
I went to
talking
a
about?
concert one time. This was a Francis Magalona concert.
Okay.
Francis Magalona concert. I'm not kidding. So
Yeah.
Francis Magalona concert. I think there was a front act. So the front act played that song.
From
And my
Horizon.
friend
From
was-
Horizon.
I have no idea what band was that, but they were playing. And when Bed Roses came or played, he was just like doing this, but he was like,
Punk's not dead.
probably there's like a disclaimer, because when I talked about it in class, it was like, no, I didn't like the song, I did this. But he was like, it seemed like he liked the song, but he was like, why is he doing this? So I'm like,
Dude, that's-
it's probably a disclaimer. It's a
Okay.
discllaimer,
That's the thing.
and
Back
this
in
is
the
a true
day-
story.
Back in the day, Filipinos had no idea, what political correctness meant. Like they'd wear like the swastika shirt, they'd have, Che Guevara, whatever, and they did not know about the political or relevance of it in history. So doing that was probably like a trasher move and thinking they were just doing a hand gesture. But in the States, if you did that, you were starting a fight, But here it's like, I'm a rocker, yeah, rock and roll. You can actually give the finger to somebody you idolize because you're a rocker. But that's the understanding here. So I guess maybe he was doing it because he likes the song. It's like you didn't have a
Yeah,
lighter
but
to
then-
light up,
Yeah, that's true.
Did he like
But
the song?
because-
Did he hate?
I know, but he said, when we talked about it, he was like, no, he was denying it. He was like, no, I was giving the finger because maybe, he was being laughed at
Yeah.
because at that time Bon Jovi wasn't popular anymore.
With
Like
all due respect to, to the
everything
late
shifted
great
to,
Francis M. With all due respect to the late great Francis M. He should have
but
checked
it
the
wasn't
playlist of the
him.
yeah, no, he should have checked the
Oh, the
playlist of
front
the
act,
opening
yeah,
act because that totally
right.
has nothing to do with his music. What was that with
Well,
Freeman?
but okay,
Freeman
but were
time? What
you
was
there,
this?
John, on that night, like the concert at?
Where was
I think
this?
this.
Almendras?
No,
Almendras?
I
Propolis?
think Almendra's gym. I think it was Almendra's
No.
gym. It was
I
Francis
was
Magalona.
Yano?
a session guitarist for another group that played for as a front act for Francis M. But we
That
did
was
not
probably
play
Jong's
by the
band.
blues.
Ice. That was
We did
probably
not play by
Jong's
the
band.
blues.
That's why he was so quiet. That's why he was quiet. That was probably them. He was like, oh crap.
And he was
Oh
on
crap.
he was on the guitars that night. He was like the lead that night. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
didn't
it
know it
wasn't
was
me.
you.
It wasn't me. It was a
It wasn't
different band,
him.
and we played some originals. It's a funk rock band.
Right. No,
Some
I don't think it was them because they
This
played.
was
Come on, man. This guy's probably gonna play Stone Temple Pilots,
yeah.
Soundgarden. I
This
don't
was
see
the
him
era
playing
of
Bon Jovi.
Sound Tank, Wasted Youth. What were the other local bands? Lucid, you
Lucid,
became part of Lucid. What band were you a part of then, John? You remember the names? Because
Fish on
back in the
Friday,
day.
and
Oh,
also
there you
played for
go.
other bands as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Was Jingoy part of that? Barrientos?
No, Jingoy was in another band, I think.
Okay,
Forgot the
all
name.
right. Yeah, so I remember those guys were playing at Ethnicus, was it? Ethnicus, the other side.
Mm. Ethnicos,
Um,
HER,
yeah, too big. Mad Max
Too
became
Big.
too big. Yeah, Mad Max became too big. But Ice never went there. He went there before he became too big. He was a Mad Max regular. So Ice was dancing too. He's a model and he's looking good. Down, down, down,
Still
down.
doing
No,
it.
I'm kidding. I'm older than Ice. That was Mad Max is my time, probably. Right?
HER. Did you play at HER? There's
Yeah.
like Fish on
Yeah,
Friday. Too. Fish on Friday. Where
who's
is Fish on
HER again?
Friday?
No, Fish on Friday is the
Name
name
of a
of the
band. That's the
band.
name of a band. That's the name of a band.
Okay, that's the name of the band. And you played at HER. HER. Where's HER? Hang on. Legazpi? Was it somewhere in
No,
Legazpi?
it's the one near People's Park now.
People's right. Okay. Right. What's
Is that the
that
one by
hotel there?
Molabe? Was that by
No,
Molabe?
there's a
Oh, no,
hotel
not
there, like
Molabe.
What's the name of the hotel?
Casa
There's a
Leticia. Is it near Casa
Yeah.
Leticia? All right, yeah,
Okay, yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
all right.
HER.
Yeah, yeah. It just sounds like
Oh
HER, and
man,
that's like, and the signage was like a lighted, thing, right? Letters.
like
HER.
neon sign.
Something like that.
HER.
All right.
Yeah, neon sign. But this was also the era of the clubs, like Tommy Fillers, Caution, Pops. So there were like two different crowds. The Badlungon rocker crowd, the
So
Pasocial
basically,
preppy
right?
yuppie
Yeah,
club hoppers.
because back then a lot of people got into guitar playing just to be popular with the girls, because that was
Yeah.
the in thing. But in your case, you just like playing the guitar, yeah? Because this was like
Like
in
music.
sixth grade. I mean, it's Mr. Yanto for crying out loud. I mean, it's not even Mrs. Yanto. I mean, if Mrs. Yanto said like, "Oh, I'm opening the guitar club," I
Oh no!
join it. Like, yeah,
Now
Mrs.
you're
Yanto,
picking on the
I'll
wife
join.
too.
No, because the wife's really pretty.
What are you getting?
You
Okay,
have
all
no
right.
idea who the wife is, man.
That's why I said you're
If
picking
the
on the wife. No wonder you
if
hate the teacher. He has a pretty wife.
if the
Okay,
female
I get
teacher was
it.
the one who started the guitar club, I would have probably joined it. But he
Yeah.
did, despite the fact that it was the husband. So
Can you
he
imagine?
joined
Can you
because
imagine
of
if
the
it was the
music.
wife? Iceman would be John Mayer right now. He would be like Paulo Santos, level kind of. He'd be like Jimmy Bondok. Let me be the one
John,
to.
John, you're very lucky because it was Mr. Yanto.
Yeah,
You're
otherwise,
very lucky. If it
otherwise,
was
John, we
Mrs.
would be doing the
Yanto,
show, and Iceman would be the one being interviewed right now. And Iceman would be like, "Yeah, I like to play the guitar because this certain teacher, my favorite, Mrs. Yanto, I hated her husband, started a club, and I unleashed my guitar fury.
crap. All right, okay.
I knew the show was going to be about us. We're just pretending to invite Jong. We're like, Jong, join us. We'll invite you.
No,
You're a
dude.
guest. And
No,
then he
I've
ends
heard.
up being
See,
an audience.
no, I'm becoming more familiar with. No, I mean things are coming out now because I've only heard things. All right,
Yes,
I've only heard things from a friend, Emma
Okay.
Ruth's brother. He was the one who fed me
Or
information about these guys. Like, oh, you know George. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, oh, he's a really good guitar player. I'm like, really? Like,
Very
how
good
good? Like,
guitar
he's
player.
really good. And I'm like,
Very good
ah,
guitar player.
really? Like, good, good. I'm like, yeah. So it's like I hear things, and now that we're talking about these things now, and all these places they played, and all these things they did, it's actually really legit. That's why I want to get into how many guitars does he have right now.
Yeah.
I'm so
Okay.
curious.
Okay. Now, Iceman is in Japan. Uh, John, before you get to your guitars, can you ask Iceman if he's familiar with some of the known Japanese guitar brands? Because I'm sure he's seen the signs, there's stores there. And
Dude, the most popular
Japan
guy
is an intense
lives in
guitar
my
culture.
city.
There's a Fender made in Japan that's actually,
No,
you know,
it's
a lot
not.
of
That's
people
not
are
even like
saying
Fender's
a lot of
Fender,
people
but
value it more than like US Fenders, you know, because of the quality of the craftsmanship. So yeah,
okay. Let's see if
John,
Jong is really this guitar guy.
yeah,
Like,
John,
who do
mention a couple
you
of
who do you
Japanese guitar
know?
brands.
Like, who's the most popular? I'm not sure if he is, but I know that he is. He made a guitar for this really famous guy, like famous band, like band member. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
like who like? Okay, tell me.
I know,
No, not a guitar player, a guitar maker, a
I
guitar
know.
maker. Who?
Joey Narciso.
Joey.
He's a guitar legend. He's a guitar legend, but here in the Philippines, in Davao, guitar legend. But
What was his name?
no,
Oh, anyway, just educate me with some Japanese
guitar brands,
guitar.
guitar brands,
Like,
guitar
yeah,
brands.
like yeah.
Guitar brands. Okay.
Yeah, guitar brands.
Ibanez. Ibanez
That's the one that
is
shocked me. I thought it was a Spanish
a
brand.
known Japanese brand. They used a Spanish surname, but
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
basically it's Japanese. Ibanez. Then
Joe Satriani has a model. Steve Vai has a model, and those are two of
all
the
the big
most
names.
technical guitar
Andy
players, right?
Timmons,
Andy Timmons. Who's the guy from Big Mr. Big?
Paul Gilbert.
Uh, Paul Gilbert. All right, yeah, those guys. So
Even the
have
new
you seen
acts,
that sign,
they have
Ice Ibanez in Japan?
Hang on,
Do you
hang
see
on.
this? Ibanez.
Can you, I like how do you spell the
It's like Ibanez. I used to call it Ibanez.
Ibanez.
I was like
right?
Ibanez, but it's Ibanez. And I remember when I started
Ibanez,
playing the
Ibanez.
guitar, everyone was
Right,
like,
right,
that
right,
was the
right.
top brand. You've seen that? Of course, Yamaha, right?
Yeah.
Yamaha.
Yamaha and well,
Yamaha is
Korg.
more on
Korg is
chord, chord,
Korg. Korg is
chord.
Japanese, but they have
Korg is Japanese. Korg. Korg.
yeah,
The
but
key,
they
the keyboard.
but it's an American. It's an American brand, but it's Japanese all the way. Then we have the other one, Roland, Boss and Roland.
Rowan. All right.
Okay, Yamaha. What else? I know there's a Japanese Fujitsu. What's that term? What's that name?
Fuji,
Fujisen or something.
Fujigen,
Fujigen. That's
Fujigen.
it. Fujigen. Yeah, that's a popular Japanese. Like, there are a lot of guitar brands that have their guitars made in that factory, and then they just like stamp on their name. If I'm not mistaken, so it's like a quality standard. 'Cause Japanese are passionate about guitar playing. And if I'm not mistaken, one of John Mayer's guitar professors was Japanese, right?
Yeah, that's Tomo.
There you
What's his
go.
name?
Arigato. Tomo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Yeah, he's Japanese, but he taught in Berkeley, I think, right?
Okay.
School of Music. Yeah, John Mayer, man.
Okay,
Tomo
here it is.
Fujita. Tomo Fujita.
Oh,
Fujita.
yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. So,
Are you familiar with K Yairi though?
No.
Yairi guitars. Because
dude,
Yairi, like this Yairi
Jab
dude,
HD, manan. Jab HD.
no, he's so popular because he made Paul McCartney's guitars. So that's why he's
Oh,
so popular
wow.
because of
Wow.
like he's the one who's making Paul McCartney's guitars at some point when he was with the Beatles. Yeah, so that's why I was asking him because
Uh,
he
bass
lives in my
guitars?
city. He
Mm.
lives in my city,
Whoa.
and um, I think the guy just died a few years ago. So he's always featured on the magazines and stuff like when they promote the city because he made guitars for popular guitar players. One of them is Paul McCartney. So it's what's this? Yairi. Here it's like K Yairi Factory. So it's like yeah. So they export guitars
Okay.
as well, but yeah, but probably it's not really mainstream.
Uh, because Japan is really known for making quality products and like big name brands like for example ESP. Those are American brands, but the custom shops that they have are all in Japan. So
Right.
they do all the high end stuff. The
Right.
same with Fender.
I think you would love
Fender
it here because I've been to Nagoya and they have like places there like full of just instruments, guitars, all those things that you have behind you. I've seen them. I don't know what they are, but I've seen them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
these. No, I just
John,
don't understand. But I'm pretty
remember
sure
when we had
if
a
you haven't
tone
been,
party? We had a tone party, and we had
Yeah.
there's this like '80s rocker guy dressed up in a the guy was
Chef,
really
Chef
and
Leon.
he bought a really like the original what was that tape echo or something, right?
Yeah.
Like this big
Roland Tape Echo.
tape, and it's being emulated now with little like pedal gadgets, but that's like the original thing. That's like the actual machine that people use. Like, so
It
that
has
that that
the
was
real.
blown away. Yeah, because did he live in Japan or because he looked like a Japanese rocker? Like his look was that right? He looked like there are Japanese rock bands. I don't know if they're popular there, but they have this certain look that they maintain that kind of '80s long hair
yeah,
They're
they
stuck in
do.
the
They do.
80s.
right?
There's lots of them.
They
I
wear
mean, they're
boots. They wear like
yeah,
spandex leather
tight
pants.
fit pants.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Yeah, they exist. They exist.
Yeah.
But
So
Ice,
like, I'm
you
not
need
into
to
it. So
wear spandex pants.
they're like spandex. They're like superheroes with guitars.
but Ice, I know you like alternative rock. Like
Yeah, I
okay,
do. I like music basically. It
is
doesn't
Duncan
matter. But
Chic? What's Duncan Chic?
Duncan Sheik, is it alternative?
What is that? Where does that fall?
Like slow
Pop?
rock? Like I don't
I
know
mean,
the genres. Yeah, like what is it? Slow
yeah,
rock? Is it folk
Duncan
rock? Is it
Chic,
alternative rock?
Steven Speaks, those guys. I know people. What's the other one? Woody and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
I know
How
people
would you
classify them
categorize
as
them? What's their category? For I mean, do you like
sellouts. They're sellouts.
they're sellouts?
No, no,
They're
I
not
like
real bands. They're
Gin Blossoms.
sellouts.
Gin Blossoms, man. Gin
Oh,
Blossoms
I
are good,
love
man.
Gin Blossoms.
Gin Blossoms was like Maroon 5 before Maroon 5, right? Right?
yeah, that's a
Kind of,
good
right? Gin
comparison.
Blossoms was Maroon 5 before Maroon 5.
See, even
Uh,
okay. See, Gin Blossoms. You mentioned Gin Blossoms.
mhm.
I love Gin Blossoms.
What's
John's
the title of
reaction
their
is
album?
like,
What's the title of their
right.
popular
Yeah.
album? Definitely, maybe something like
As long
that,
as
right? Was it?
I have no like I know as long as it matters till I hear it from you. Those
Yeah.
songs I love it because this was like 96, 97. But then John's reaction is just like, all right, yeah, you sure. They're okay. Like
Yeah, if it
see,
No,
it's
no,
not in
don't
his
get me wrong.
standard.
if it's played on a pop
That's
station,
not
he
his
doesn't like it.
music.
It
Okay, what's
has
your
to be
music?
played at
Okay,
I love the
NU.
band. I
your
love the band.
your go-to band. Like when you're like,
Yeah.
all right,
Black
today's
Rose.
like really bad.
Oh, there you go. Black
Which one is it?
Rose.
Black Rose.
Black.
You,
See,
you, can you,
I'm
can
not
you,
even.
can,
I don't even
she
know
talks
Black
to
Rose.
angels. Is that Black Rose,
Oh,
right?
yeah, see,
Yeah.
you're legit, Rod. You like rock.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just
Dude.
like a.
Yeah, you're like a Jane's Addiction guy. That's even deeper. What are you talking about?
I'm not even familiar with Jane's Addiction. I'm just like
What
sabay
are you
sa tama
talking
guy.
about? Dude, that's our intro song for
Dang. Yeah.
radio
Okay, see?
show.
Exactly.
Okay, show, I mean.
Sabay sa tama. I told you.
Superhero.
I don't
Jane's
even know.
Addiction.
I don't even know the band's name.
The
I didn't listen
guy,
to
the
their-
guy who leads Jane's Addiction is the founder of Lollapalooza. What are you talking about?
See, you're showing off now. You're
No,
making me look
he's-
like illiterate.
During
Illiterate
that
in
time, we were
rock
very
history.
lucky that we have a list of all those good bands playing on the radio.
Very good bands. Very good bands. What were your top 5, Ice? It could be like Gin Block, like Soul Asylum. Did you ever like Soul Asylum?
Yeah, their one song. That
What? You don't remember? You
One
don't
song's
remember?
like Soul
What? What?
hang on. Runaway
What?
Train. That's I think Runaway Train.
That
And they
Misery.
have another
What are you talking about? That was a Misery.
yeah, and Misery. Yeah, so Runaway Train.
And he
Misery.
dated.
That's-
And he dated Winona Ryder. What are you talking about?
So see,
Okay. So
They're-
what are
I
your
think
top? Your top
these are
3 bands?
funny bands.
Ice.
Like
top,
who?
top
Are
3
you
bands
asking
from the
me?
90s. Yeah. What
You
were your top
shouldn't
3
ask
bands?
me because my bands are like in the 90s. I would probably
No,
pick.
the songs we played on Friday Madness, man. Just name a few.
I'd probably
I've heard
pick. All right,
those songs.
Sugar Ray. See, like John would laugh at it. Like
Okay.
Sugar Ray. I like Sugar Ray. I like Sugar Ray.
Dude, you like Amber? That song.
311.
311.
Hang on,
You like-
is 311 what a band or is it like a group?
I prefer them more than Sugar Ray.
It's a band?
I dig them more than Sugar Ray.
Because
For-
all
for-
right, okay, they're not hip hop. 311.
They're
like Latino
everything.
rock kind of.
They're
All right,
reggae,
okay.
they're rock,
Okay, Red
they're-
Hot Chili Peppers. At least Red Hot Chili Peppers. I like Red Hot.
Okay.
Good choice.
One Red Hot Chili Pepper song, Ice.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it
Dude,
away
that's
now.
legit. That's legit. If you, dude, that's legit. That's legit. Give it away. All the Red Hot Chili Peppers mainstream songs, like My Friend, Under the Bridge,
Yeah, Soul
and you
Squeeze, yeah.
and you choose Give It Away, dude. That's
Yeah.
legit,
Ding, ding,
man.
ding. That's the really
Legit,
noisy,
yeah.
annoying song.
No, but
All right.
I'm surprised you know.
Then
Right.
Green Day
R.E.M.
as well.
Do you like
REM
REM?
too. See, REM's nice too.
What's your favorite
But
REM
that's
song?
like REM's like more of like what early 90s,
It's
late
college
80s,
indie rock. College indie rock. It's a college
right?
indie
But they were like what late 80s and early 90s, yeah?
late 80s, yes.
Late
Yes.
80s. See?
They were popular before Losing My Religion came out.
Yeah, but they were like so mainstream. But then Jong just came up with like, oh, I like Black Rose. All right, so give us your top 5, like your bands, like your go-to bands. Like
Alice in Chains, John. You like Alice in Chains? Are they
Alice in
legit?
Chains. Stairway
Yeah.
to Heaven, is that Alice in Chains? No? See? It makes it. I'm telling you, you're laughing at me. Alice in Chains, no. It's Stairway to Heaven.
Don't ever enter a guitar store, all right? Stay away from Guitar Center. Not only will you play
Either you
that
are
song
laughing.
that's banned there, but you will play the song that's banned there thinking it's from the wrong band, right?
Right.
Stairway to Heaven is
Okay.
from Alice in Chains. Okay, maybe they have a version. I don't know, right? I can't wait to hear it.
Okay,
There's a
Alice-
way, G-Wagon, late Staley sounding like
hang on. Okay, let's let Jong speak like his 5
No.
bands.
Let's
All
try Rod's first 5 first.
All right, okay.
Okay.
All right, see?
Okay.
See if you're the better band, Rod. You've been
Okay,
laughing
all right,
at me. All right, okay. What are your top 5 bands?
See, that's a guy who can read between the lines, right? John's like he knew I was just bringing this up because I was actually the one who really wanted to share my top. I actually have it all written here. The style, right? The moves. Okay. Alternative rock, I would say I was a big fan of Live. I'm a big fan of Blur, which is but instead of Blur, I'll choose Weezer. All right, because Blur's very grand.
Woo-hoo! Yeah.
Yeah, I like Weezer. I like Live. These are albums that I can listen to over and over again. Weezer, Live, 9 Inch Nails, Pretty Hate
9
Machine.
Inch Nails.
I was the first kid in my high school class, and Taggy borrowed my CD, and I think he still has it. All right, so he can keep
Taggy?
it. You can
Man.
download that on. Yeah, he borrowed it because when I came back from the States, he was my classmate my first year in college, and he saw my CDs. I had Doolittle by Monkeys Gone to Heaven, the Pixies, with the part Filipino guitar player. I had 9 Inch Nails. I had Blur. I had Jesus Jones, if you're familiar with Jesus Jones. Right here, right now. You familiar with that, Ice? EMF, that's kind of not rock, but my bands were Live.
I heard it at some point.
I got into Oasis for a while, but then they, kind of everybody was, even the taxi
Yeah,
driver,
they're
being
great. I
driver was
love
doing
them.
Oasis. So I outgrew that. I was an REM fan. U2 still, but the older material. And is Depeche Mode? Can Depeche Mode be considered rock, John?
For
or
me, yeah.
are they? For you, okay,
For me.
cool. Because what's his name really brings the guitar out on stage, and a lot of his
What they
riffs,
did
right,
was
are-
that they played it on the keyboard, but it's rock, man.
It is rock. It is rock.
Rock.
It is rock. So forever Depeche Mode. I'm a forever Depeche Mode fan. So Live, Depeche Mode. Was that the other one I mentioned? Weezer, and
Weezer.
then Pixies. The Pixies kind of like few and far in between when it came to their album releases. And I would say when Green Day came out, like Ice. But the thing with Green Day though, I only bought Dookie. That's it. Like I didn't buy any of the other because all the other songs kind of sound the same, right?
Yeah.
So
The whole album-
They're from Green Day. That's how it is. Like all the Beatles songs sound alike.
not all the
Yeah, even
Beatles
with
songs
Live.
sound alike. What are you talking about? There are Beatles songs that you probably had no idea were Beatles songs. Did you know, Ice, that Enter Sandman is a Beatles song?
Right. Of course it is.
Okay, I was just testing how noob you are. Okay, so that's my top something. Yeah, I mentioned that.
Do not try to fool me, Rod, because I know that's a Nirvana song. It's not a Beatles song.
Oddly enough, if you were to
I
make
know
me
it's
choose
Metallica.
between-
It's
if you were
Metallica.
to
I
make me
know.
choose between Pearl Jam and Stone Temple Pilots, I'm STP all the way. I don't know why. I don't know why. I
Oh,
just like the
really?
edginess of because Pearl Jam is like for me.
You don't
They
like
were like
80 Vader?
they started being pretty boys, you know. STP was like, yeah, you know, they're like they just went on and did crazy stuff regardless. But
Yeah.
people actually
You're
accused
probably
them of being
hanging out with
popular.
Romello Manlan a lot.
Oh, we no Romel Lumanlan was the guy who would play Spoon Man. He was
Yeah,
the
yeah, right.
Soundgarden guy. Yeah,
Ah, yeah, yeah, Soundgarden.
yeah, Spoon Man. You know. But anyway, so yeah, I like Soundgarden too. So that's my top five, top
Right.
six. Anyways, John, what about
Right.
you?
Yeah, your turn, John.
The Black Crows, not to be mistaken for Counting Crows. Okay, Counting Crows is Mr. Jones. Black Crows
So,
is different.
so wait. My top five would be the songs that I listened to in high school, basically.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's the Black Crows, Megadeth.
Green Department.
Megadeth.
Green Department.
I listened to it too. When I
Miss
was in high
Miss
school, I did
Loob
listen
na-
to it.
My
No,
libre
don't
I
lie.
love that. I love
You
that.
listen to
My lubricant toothbrush.
Lubricantut, Lubricantut.
Jin Boy is telling you, do not forget smashing.
Oh yes, Jim
Yeah,
Boy.
true.
Thank you. Smashing, of
Yeah,
course. My
smashing.
sister,
So
but I have a sister that says she laughs at me because like she thinks the Smashing Pumpkins is like a poster band. I'm like, every band is a poster band. Did you see Guns N' Roses when they came out? Are you kidding me? They're all posers, all right? It's just that's how we that's how it is. But if the material is good, material is good, you know.
Okay, hang on. So we
I
got
just realized,
Black Crows. We have Megadeth. Then what's next?
yeah, I just realized it's so hard to compress it to five
Yeah,
All right.
songs.
see? Okay, you can go
But
overboard.
okay,
Just
I'm just choosing
whatever.
because all their albums are like if you play it from start to finish, they're
Mhm.
all you you'll have a good time listening to it. So Black Crows, Megadeth, Smashing Pumpkins, uh, REM. The Cure is technically not 90s, but The Cure is one of the
Cure.
bands that
I
really
love the
started
Cure.
it for me.
I love the Smiths,
Cure.
but you know.
The Smiths, but I can't put them in number
Yeah, you can't, you
six.
can't, you can't, yeah. You can include them, yeah.
All
So all
right.
right. Wow, I did not know that you were a team smashing too. I thought you'd be like, because you're a hardcore guitar guy, and Billy Corgan was never really known to be like a legit guitar player.
Yeah,
James
you'd be
Iha maybe a
surprised.
little bit.
Billy Corgan is not known to be,
He
uh,
experiments, right,
yeah,
with
but
Sonic
he's one of the best
layers.
in
He
the
actually like layers like 5 or 10 guitar parts. So when you try to play a Smashing Pumpkin song, you'll never get the sound.
one
Well,
guitar. No,
maybe because I'm a bad guitar player, but because of like he layers it. Like, can you imagine
layers.
like Iceman? You do an ad lib. You say, "Hi, I'm Iceman," and then you record another, "Hi, I'm Iceman," and then you layer 10 recordings of that on top of each other. You know,
And
it's
it's also
gonna
the
have
same
that.
thing with Megadeth. When their album came out,
I'm
it's
surprised your team
if
Megadeth because
you
Metallica
if
was
you
really big here.
no, I didn't like Metallica because it was too close to when I'm during first year I studied classical music. So
Oh, okay.
so the progressions in Metallica are basically classical music that are sped up. So I didn't
Oh,
like it too much because I'm
okay.
bored with listening to, to
Yeah, yeah,
classical.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So here comes Megadeth that combines the two, make some sort of classical but modern at the same time.
Got
So
it.
so there.
Yeah.
So I like it
Because
better.
Megadeth was big in the States when I was in high school, but so were bands like geez, get Jerry Garcia, Grateful Dead,
Grateful Dead.
Grateful
Yeah.
Dead, Led Zepp, they were big, and Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden
Iron
was so big in the States. Like everybody, all my schoolmates were wearing the black with their mascot, that mummy skull guy. What's his name? Iron
uh
Maiden mascot. But Iron
yeah,
Maiden, I
yeah.
listen to Iron Maiden. It's like it's too it's too kind of like
Yeah, it's
it's
not my thing.
yeah, it's not my thing too. So but Megadeth was popular because people were like, okay, Dave Mustaine is the man,
No,
he
Megadeth.
left
Yeah,
Metallica,
okay.
right?
But
He left
but
Metallica, right? Became Megadeth.
yeah, true.
So
He basically set up the band so that he has his sort of revenge against Metallica, that he can come up with
yeah,
a band that's
yeah,
about as popular as Metallica
yeah,
and
yeah,
better at playing.
yeah. That's actually the thing. If you're a purist, it's Megadeth. If you're kind of basing on popularity, it's Metallica. So
Yeah.
yeah. What about you, Ice? What's the hardest score you'd listen to? You said you like what was that first band you mentioned? Gin Blossoms. There was another one.
No, because because see, here's the thing. If they're played on radio stations, I'd listen to them. So that's the only thing. Like me, I'm not a hardcore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm music. Like if it's hip hop that I like it. I'm not a hardcore hip hop as well. Like rock,
Okay.
yeah, like I've listened to some really nice rock songs. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really matter. It's like as long as I like it, doesn't matter if it's slow rock. It's like like hardcore rock,
You like
whatever.
Lemonheads? Do you like the Lemonheads?
I think they have songs that I like.
I know a
Oh
place
yeah,
where I
where
can
I can go.
go. Yeah, 500 Days of
Yeah,
Summer, right?
yeah,
Alone into your arms. So
But Ice, you said you like Sugar Ray, right?
yeah.
Yeah, all the slow Sugar Ray songs are popular on radios, but
Right.
what they do not play are the heavy
Yeah.
ones.
The fast ones, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I think they have like one. What's that? Was that RPM? Was that Sugar Ray?
RPM.
Yeah, I didn't like
whoa,
that.
whoa.
Like
How did I?
we
Yeah,
played
go.
it at Power 93, but I didn't like it. Like every time I play it, because it's on the playlist, I'm like, damn it, I have to play this.
That's
But
the
then
real
when
Sugar
they,
Ray.
yeah, but I like Fly. I just want to fly.
Mm.
I love that. And like Someday, and when it's over. But then if it's
Yeah.
RPM, oh crap, this song again.
The older
But then
Sugar
it's
Ray
strict.
materials are not radio friendly.
Oh man, I didn't know
Really?
that.
Yeah.
Wow. This was with what's his name already, right?
Mark McGrath. Mark
Mark
McGrath.
McGrath. So he's been the main guy. He did like hardcore
Yeah.
stuff.
Like even with Oasis, they have a song that I don't really like. I like Oasis, but they have one song that I like. It was too noisy for me.
Too
What was that
noisy.
song? It was slow, but it was noisy. What was that song? It was
Slow but
slow,
noisy. Oh,
but
I
really
know.
noisy.
Probably
I think the music video like has something to do with choppers and
was it
helicopters. I think.
Semisonic?
No, that's not semisonic. I think it was
Supersonic?
newer,
Supersonic? No, it's
like
not that.
choppers, helicopters. It was like
Oh
sort of
yeah.
like
Well,
what was
my
that song?
favorite Oasis song is one that was probably the first one that came out that I know of. Live Forever. And maybe you don't really want to know the
All right,
lonely song. Now,
and we'll have like
do you know the song? Or I'm just singing a really bad version of it. You're not gonna get copyright strike.
no. See, it sounded like the other song.
Which is
It's maybe you're gonna be the one to save me. Wonderwall. It sounded like Wonderwall. It's maybe you're the one to save me after all. Yeah.
did you know the Twinkle Twinkle
Wonderwall.
Little Star sounds like A B C D E F G?
I know.
Right?
Twinkle, twinkle, A, B,
A
C,
B
D.
C. See, they're
I
all ripping
know.
off each other, man. What are you talking about? Copyright infringement. What you
My toes, my knees.
Like,
Bye.
Bye.
see, Joseph, extreme, more than words. See, okay,
Yeah,
extreme.
but
I
that's a
love their more
hardcore
than
band.
words.
I
Yeah,
bought
I
the
know.
album
They
for No Graffiti too. Only that song is the decent one.
exactly everything
Everything was
else
like,
is noisy.
it's Nuno
Extreme.
Betancourt. What are you talking
Extreme's
about?
really good.
Jeez.
I like more than words, but other
That's
than
it.
that,
That's it.
that's it.
That was the
Nothing.
problem back then. They didn't really sell singles.
No,
So
no.
there's a band called Dyke Rups, and I bought their album. They covered Metallica,
Okay, hang
or
on.
someone,
Mm.
and the one version of Dyke Rups, the German group, and that was intense.
Okay,
So
what's the
Rat.
rat? Is it a band? The rat?
No, that's two T's for Rat. I had that album too. It's two T's. It's Rat.
Okay,
They came
is
out
this a
along with
band or is it an
yeah,
album?
it's a band that I know of. It's just called Rat,
Glam,
RATT.
glam rock.
Glam rock, like
Mr.
Poison.
Big. I love Mr.
know?
Big.
Okay,
Right.
only one song though, right? Only one song too from Mr. Big.
Like Mr. Big, yeah.
Yeah, what's the title of
I
that
no,
song?
at least two. At least two.
Oh yeah, Wild World, Yeah.
Hold
Wild
on.
World and that song.
What's that song? What's that song?
Chico. Hang on.
What's the
Was
title
that
of that
it?
song? What's the
Mr. Big?
title? Yeah, what's the song?
To be with
The
you? To be
one
with you?
who
To be with
wants
you.
to- I get that confused with More Than Words, man. It's like the music video.
Yeah, and there's
like the
other
same.
one. There's another one with the Friends band.
Wild
What was
World.
that? No,
No.
Rembrandt.
And the
Rembrandt.
cats in the cradle
Remembrance,
and the
yeah?
silver spoon.
Rembrandt.
Who sang Cats in the Cradle?
No, because there's three songs. More
Ugly
than
Kid Joe.
words. To be with you.
Yes,
and,
Ugly Kid Joe. Ugly Kid Joe. Remember Ugly Kid Joe?
yeah, Ugly Kid Joe. But no, but the three songs that I'm talking about, like the one I always try, like mixed up, is like extreme, more than words.
Okay.
To be, Mr. Big, to be with you, and the
And-
Rembrandts. What was that? Nah,
I'll be there for
Chica,
you.
no, that's not it.
No, it's
Jong,
another
you know
one.
what I'm saying? We've been together. Is that? That's a long time.
Oh
Na,
yeah,
na, na,
yeah.
na, na,
But the Rembrandts,
na,
they're
na,
like
can
matures, man.
not the
I'm gonna.
same people that we someone to hold me. That one. Yeah.
Okay, hold on, hold
Someone,
on.
someone, someone.
Someone.
Shucks.
Are you
Someone.
sure that's not Harem Scarum?
Here
Someone.
comes your man by Pixies. Here comes your man. I love
Ding
that
ding
song.
ding 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 ding
Ding
ding ding
ding ding
ding ding
ding.
ding ding. Yeah, I love that song.
Uh,
Man. Oh, that's
I
the one.
forgot to mention
That's the
Matchbox
one from
20.
500 Days of Summer. Here comes your man. Not I know a place that not the Lemonhead song. It's Here Comes Your Man from the Pixies. That's the one
See?
that what's his name sang. Who's that guy? 500 Days of Summer. The dude.
Um,
Uh,
Gordon
He looks
Levitt.
like he looks like
Gordon
Master
Levitt.
Yoda, doesn't he? He kind of reminds me of Master Yoda a little bit.
Gordon Levitt Jr.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, that's the one he sang in that movie.
Gordon
All
Levitt.
right, so
Okay, Harem Scarum. Is it a
yeah.
band or is it a group?
I'm scared.
Yeah, they had this one song, which see that's what sucks about. Okay, John, I want to ask you. Michael learns to rock. Michael learns to. I know. Michael learns to rock is about as cliche as you can get for a band. They're like, they're like the what's that band with that get knocked on all the time? Nickelback, right? They're kind of
Yeah.
like they're kind of like a European version of Nickelback, so to speak, in terms of how people hate them because they're
Mhm.
so popular. What's your take on Michael Learns to Rock? I mean, not
I have
on.
I have no problem with Michael Learns to Rock or Nickelback.
See,
Okay,
My point is,
he's a musician.
okay.
He's a
if you're
musician.
really into the music and you look into
Exactly.
how it's done, you'd be
Mhm.
surprised with the quality of production that they're doing and all that. Especially if I remember, parang contemporary nila yung Wet, Wet, Wet.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, I love
If
Wet
you
Wet Wet too.
listen to the album again, just and listen to the details of the production, oh man,
yes,
it's amazing
absolutely.
songs.
I
See,
agree. I
this
agree.
guy is a
A
musician.
musician. He is a
Yeah,
musician.
he does not
He's not a
discriminate.
judge. He's not a
Yeah,
judge.
he's not a judge. He doesn't judge. He does not discriminate. Me, I
Guilty kung
discriminate a
bandang to.
lot. I
Guilty
just
kung
like the
bandang to.
music that I
Pagkabaduy.
listen to.
Yeah,
Some of the
Michael Learns
music,
to
I'm like,
Rock.
nah, I
What's your
don't like.
favorite song, Ice? Michael Learns to Rock. Come on.
Dude,
Please don't
all
say
of their
Baby I
songs.
Love.
I love. No,
No,
I love
you,
every
you know, if
song.
there was a contest to name as many Michael Learns to Rock songs, I
Oh
would
man,
probably win it. Paint My Love,
really?
Sleeping
Yeah.
Child, The Actor, 25 minutes. No, again, there are no excuse. And the funny thing is, I never own any of their albums, but for some reason, every time I go to
Really?
Malatibas, every time I go to like,
Yeah.
all these
Out
hats.
of the blue. Come
What
on.
was that? What is it?
Out of the blue. 25
Okay,
minutes.
sing it. Out of the blue.
You took me out.
Right, out of the blue.
Right? Yeah,
Not
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Wrong grammar, dude.
But
You
you see,
took me out
I
right.
screw it up. You took
Yeah.
me right out of the blue, whatever. Yeah.
My
So that
favorite.
one.
These
Yeah.
songs are soundtrack of 90s ST films, right?
Yeah. Sariwa. Baby, won't you tell me why? Sariwa. Hey, Rod, you okay?
Not
You watch
ST
a lot of
films.
these movies. I know.
Not ST films. Live performances. Live performances. Once it starts going like this, it's
It is really boys' night tonight. Boys' night.
tang. Okay, Ice. What song is this from Michael Learns to Rock? Tang, 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 tang. Come on, that's our theme song. Because we didn't have a car.
Right. The
We had no
actor-
money.
The actor.
And we
The
were not even
thorax. The
That's a-
thorax.
That's an excuse, right? I'm not an actor. I'm not a star. I don't even have my own car.
Yeah, that's a loser song, man. But I love that song because that's a loser song, and I was a loser. Yeah, I mean, come on. At some point, when you didn't have a car, you love that
Dude,
song, yeah.
you
felt
notice
like
that
you're a loser, but at the same time, you're like a winner.
Michael Learns to Rock songs are intertwined. See, he's not an actor, not a star. He doesn't even have his own car. That's why he showed up 25 minutes too late. That's what happened.
Exactly.
Because he had to take the Jeep, public transport. When he got there, oh, I kiss your missus all the time, but this is 20.
See,
Ate kasi
Kissing-
ron, paborito ka ninyo.
You know what? I felt worse missing Michael Learns to Rock concert than the U2 concert. I'm not kidding. Because you'll get your money's worth. Why would you go to a concert if you can't sing along? Like you go to a concert, right? And you only know one
You have a
song.
point. You
Like
have a point.
Iceman
right?
will go and watch Extreme, right? And he'll like more than words, more than words. Okay, that's after that.
And they sing it in the last part.
Iceman will be like, "Uli na ta."
Exactly. You have a point. You have a point. You have a point. I would.
Right?
Yeah, I would go to a Michael Learns to Rock.
It's
You know,
solid,
concert.
right? Solid,
Yeah.
right? Air Supply, Air Supply. You can't go wrong with Air Supply. Come on.
Of course.
Even
Air
if you don't
Supply.
like them, you will sing the song, right? You will.
Yeah, how can you not like them if you're singing their song? That's
Yeah.
really, you see, that's like you're like my friend,
Your word.
Master Yoda.
Your word.
You know, like the one who's like singing Bed of Roses and then he's giving the finger and like, oh, you like this? I'm like, no. I was doing this. I'm like, yeah, but you were singing the song. What are you talking about?
You know what? When he was
But I was
hearing the
doing
song,
this.
he
I
was thinking
doing
of his ex. He was thinking of his ex. All right, so like, he was like reenacting the moment. All right, so Jong, let's talk about gear now. All right, so now it's gonna get spicy because we got video. Jong's gonna show us his most prized possession. Well, not his
Okay.
latest, but one of his most prized possessions.
Hang on.
Um,
I still don't know how many guitars he has right now.
Okay, how many?
How many guitars do you
Right
have
now.
right now?
Right now,
At this moment.
I only have 3.
You only
Yeah.
have 3. But then
Yeah,
it's
but it's
worth
worth-
like 500,000
it's worth like
pesos
100
each.
guitars.
It's like 1.5 million pesos
It's
for
like-
3 guitars.
It's like 300 RJ guitars, dude. Basically, that's
The worth, yeah. All right. Okay, so 3 guitars, 1 acoustic. Is it 1 acoustic
No,
and 2
that's
electric guitars, or 3 electric
You-
guitars?
3 electric guitars. Then an
Does John
acoustic.
look like he plays acoustic? What do you
ukulele.
like? Yeah. But you play acoustic if you're playing at Zed Pizza. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you
So okay, hang on. So then,
Hey Rod, there was
an
a time
acoustic
when I
guitar
had 3
is not
acoustic
considered a
guitars.
guitar. Is that what it is?
No,
What?
no.
a what?
An acoustic
Yeah,
guitar is not considered.
It is.
Uh,
it
That's
is.
guitar.
the real guitar. That's the classical. Like
All right, okay.
my dad had a nylon guitar, like supposedly
Right.
I was like, oh, why did you buy this? It's so crappy. And he goes, I got that in Spain. I'm like, what? It's crap. It's nylon. Apparently, a nylon Spanish guitar, John, right? It's played differently. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
'cause I was like strumming it, like, yeah. see?
Volare. Whoa.
No, dude, if you can play any song with a guitar, I would play If You Really Love a Woman. Right, John? If you love a woman and you know that song?
Okay.
Is that Brian Adams? Is that Brian Adams? Is that Brian
Brian
Adams?
Okay,
Brian
my
Adams.
aunties bring up Eric Clapton. Oh, what do you think of Eric Clapton, Jong? You're a
Okay.
guitar player. So what do you think
I
of
would-
Eric Clapton?
Top 5 guitar players, John. Top 5 guitar players.
Oh,
I know it's
man,
tough.
that's so
I know
hard.
it's tough. Any genre. Is Eric Clapton in the top 5? Is Eric Clapton in
Right
the
now,
top 5?
not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Is
Yeah, because he's
but-
old.
Back in high school, he was in my top.
is Perfecto de Castro in the top 5?
Perfect.
No.
Dude, he's a
Okay,
real
hang on,
guitar-
hang on, Jong.
What are you laughing at? Perfecto de Castro is a legit guitar player. He played for
I-
Maya. What are you
I know,
talking
I know.
about, dude?
I know, hang on.
You
But
thought I was making it up. He has a shirt that says "Practice makes perfecto," dude. I'm not kidding.
Wait.
He's
Because we're
legit.
talking about 5 greatest guitar players or his top 5. So you said perfect.
I didn't say perfecto. Yes, I do. What are you talking about? Perfecto de Castro, man.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
I know this guy's name sounds like the Secretary of Agriculture or
No, no,
something.
no, no,
but
no.
no,
How
he is a
about
guitar
just,
player.
no. You owe it to him. You owe it to him. How
What?
about Jacinto Llanto? Is he in the top 5?
Top 5 of most hated human beings for Iceman. Yeah.
Jacinto, I mean, he opened the guitar club for crying out loud. He might be
Dude,
that good. I'm not
correction.
sure.
Correction. RJ Jacinto. Because
Yeah, well, RJ Jacinto's right. But I'm talking about Jacinto Llanto, the one who opened the guitar club
Okay.
way back
Top five.
in
top
6th
5
grade.
guitar players, John. Top 5.
Okay,
And the best local guitar player that you can think of. I mean, Philippines, like present or past.
Okay.
So Eric Clapton's not there anymore.
So not included sa top 5 yun.
The Pinoy, yeah. The Pinoy.
Alright.
So
Wag na natin isa si Sir Llanto. It's okay.
Siya pa naman yung number 6.
Let's put him at number 6. All right.
Oh,
Top
man.
5.
Eagles na die, Eagles na die.
that to be what's the name of the Dire Straits guy?
Dire Straits.
Mark Knopfler.
Mark Knopfler.
That
Mark
guy's
Knopfler.
a good guitar player. I've
Dude,
seen
are you
his
kidding me?
video.
Have you tried playing a Dire Straits song?
Dang.
Dude,
Like Dire
I
Straits.
was like,
What was their popular song?
money
Money
Uh,
for
for
nothing.
nothing and chicks for free.
no,
I want my
Sultans of Swing.
yeah, Sultans of Swing.
the love. What was that? Like Dire Straits. It's
It's
always
like,
like
it's like this.
on.
Dang, dang, dang.
That's
How
Money
can
for
we
Nothing.
dance when our
All right,
beds are burning? No, that's Midnight Oil.
all right.
That's
Dire
Midnight Oil.
Straits guy. All right, okay.
Yeah, Dire Straits. Mark Knopfler, legend, icon.
And
Why? Explain why. What's his technique, his sound,
yeah,
his fingers,
it's
his
the sound. Really, it's the sound. It's
okay.
so hard to replicate.
Okay, got it. Walk of Life. I'm talking about
Walk of
Walk of
Life.
Life. Okay, I
Okay.
love that song. All right, okay.
Do you guys play live? Any have you ever like performed a Dire Straits song live?
No, no.
Really?
Those are songs that you should not touch.
So if I see somebody perform a Dire Straits song live, that's like because I'm pretty sure at Cynthia's I saw them like a Horizon band perform that. I mean, they play
Hey, Money
Scorpion
for
songs.
Nothing. They usually they would play Money for Nothing, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Sultans of
So,
Swing.
It's not playable because it's that difficult. Is that what it is?
No, it's more on the sound and the execution. It's one of
Right,
those
right.
songs. It's like
Is it all him?
uh,
Is it just him?
It's like if you try, you'd sound
it's all
funny.
singing.
All right.
Yeah. Does he have a
Okay, so
rhythm?
Dire Straits. So who's next on the
Mark
list?
Knopfler.
Mark Knopfler. Then
It's the second one.
Jimmy Bondo.
Joseph says Pete Thorne. Is it? No,
No, Jimi
No,
Jimi
not
Hendrix, of course.
Of course, Jimi
Of
Hendrix.
course.
I mean,
Yeah, but I can't
I'm
listen
not
to
a
any of
rock
his albums,
guy,
man.
but
You have to be
actually
high to
have
listen
him.
to his album.
A
What?
montage of guitarists
Jimi
and
Hendrix.
bands
All right.
on my
All right. All right. Oh yeah, it's behind you. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and
So how
Brian
many
May.
guitar players are there? Like
number
20?
one on his list is Michelangelo.
Jacinto Yanto. I'm telling you, Jacinto Yanto, man.
Dude, we're gonna get libel here. What are you talking about? Our show will be shut down.
No, I mean he's our teacher. For like, can't we talk about a
Give
teacher?
a code name or something like Jacinto Ciantos or something. Like make it like sound different.
No, he's like we didn't talk anything about him.
Do it
Like, I didn't say
backwards.
anything against.
What's backwards of Jacinto?
You know?
Okay, don't do it backwards. Forget it. Okay, so
All right. Okay. So
two. All right, number two is Jimi Hendrix. Number three.
Jimi Hendrix. Brian May.
Oh,
Brian
yeah.
May.
who's
Queen.
Brian May?
You don't know
Queen.
Queen.
What?
If Brian May, yeah.
Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Brian May's Queen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right, Brian May.
Then ano pa ba?
Yeah.
John
Brian May.
Frusciante of
Okay.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Was he the original or was there someone before him? He's back, right? He's back again, I think.
He's back.
He's back 10%.
How,
Yeah.
how about this guy, Guthrie Govan? Who's Guthrie Govan?
His guitars are scalloped, aren't they? Is he the one who plays scallop?
Five lang, di ba?
Yeah, ilan na ba yun?
That's
Apat?
number 5. Guthrie Govan is number 5.
Yeah.
Ah,
Is that the guy who has the guitar? The Guthrie Mountain, the model guitar that
No,
we
no,
saw at what's his house? Joseph's house?
No, no.
Was that a
Guthrie Govan is like from what band?
from all the
He's a
bands.
session player and guitarist
player.
for the Aristocrats.
See,
Aristocrats.
that's the thing.
He's
Like,
like-
people are like, yeah, go.
It's like Jesus Christ with guitars.
He is actually.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
he looks like
guitars.
one.
Yeah, and you see him in an
Yeah, I
interview.
thought it was like he's really good in like you call him Jesus Christ.
See him in an interview, dude. He's always like kind of like like he doesn't even care if he's the best guitar player in the world. He's just like,
Exactly.
Okay, so people were probably expecting to hear Slash, who are the Ice?
Guns N' Roses.
From your noob perspective, so you say you're noob. Who are popular guitar rocker guys that when you were a kid probably were like, okay, that's the best guitar player in the world. That you but actually grew up and realized.
Well, I hear
Tambora
people
probably, yeah.
talking. I hear people talking, and well, I told you I'm not into these bands. A lot of my friends are. So I hear like Slash is like Guns N' Roses, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, is he Guns N' Roses Slash?
I mean, he stole a billion Les Pauls for sure.
right, yeah, because he's got
Yeah.
that two guitars, whatever. Like, what do you call that kind of guitar? Two guitars,
He made guitar playing cool.
Right,
That's
'cause
really it.
yeah, and with his hair and everything, he has showmanship. then
Yes.
you, as an ignorant person who doesn't really know anything about music and rock for that matter, he'd be like, "Oh, this guy's like, wow, this guy's the guy." But well, I don't know. But then when I was a kid, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, Slash." Then I heard about Kurt Cobain being a lefty and
Mhm.
playing that like guitar that way. It's like, oh yeah, he's
Jimi
really
Hendrix
good.
is a
So good.
lefty.
I didn't even know that. So it was like, like these things that people talk about, like my
Yeah.
friends talk about it. I'm like, all right, okay. And then I don't know who the guitar player is for Pearl Jam, but because my best friend is really into Pearl
David
Jam,
Famine? No.
so
Mike
it's like,
McCready.
it's
McCready?
really
McCready,
cool. And
McCready.
like, he'd listen to Jeremy. Like,
Mhm.
is that the song? Is that the
Mhm.
Yes.
title?
Mhm.
Jeremy, and like,
The
like,
way that the way Mike played, he played like Jimi Hendrix basically. So
ah, I see.
the
Well, how about
influence.
Scorpions? Are Scorpions like any good? Like, is this
Yeah.
a band? Like, all right.
Yeah, if you're like a guy who's like screaming at the top of his lungs all the time.
What's their most popular song?
Scorpions?
Mm.
Are you kidding me? You don't know?
You
I don't even to sing it. I'll just whistle it. Yeah, John, do it, John, John. You'll do justice. Go. John will do it. John will do it.
I can't whistle it.
Scorpions. Because they also have like a slow song, yeah?
They all
Yeah,
have slow songs.
they all have those songs. And he always has a palos cap, right?
Wind of Change.
Yeah, come on,
Wind of Change. Wind of Change. All
dude.
right.
Hey, to the money of the islands of the. Did they do Final Countdown? No, not Europe. That was Europe, right?
Europe.
Da-da-dang, chang. That's probably the most iconic guitar riff before Sweet Child of Mine. Cha-da-dang, chang. Cha-da-dang, chang, chang. Oh, that was keyboard. That was not guitar, right? Was that
Yeah.
keyboard? That was
That's
keyboard.
the Suki is a competition.
Cha-da-dang, chang, chang. It's a keyboard. The
Yeah,
keyboard.
Sweet Child is what? Like Guns N' Roses? Is that Guns N' Roses?
Yes,
Sweet
yes,
Child?
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know the riff,
Right.
Ice? I mean, without playing the guitar, just like off the top of your head, because
Yeah, it's like,
it sounded like guni guni, like the intro of Pinoy Trail, Legal Shaker.
it's in my head, but I can't, like I told you. I'm not gifted with these things. I was like,
Dude, you just
like
have to
once
hum it.
it
What are you
starts playing, like,
talking
all
about?
right.
You don't have to be gifted to hum the most popular song of the 90s. Come on. You can't even like,
Okay, hum it then. Hum it then.
it sounds like,
It's
yeah, it
the
does sound like
same
Regal
thing.
Shocker.
It's the
It sounds
same
like
thing.
Regal Shocker. It sounds like Regal
John
Shocker.
is laughing at us.
Okay, John, you do it.
Laughing at us.
No.
Okay. Okay. John, let me ask you. If you can hum it, can you play it? Basically, is that like if you
No,
can
no.
you can't find the right notes? Like
Yeah. You
right?
mean
If you
if
think
you
of
But
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
John, my
Zebra,
question:
zebra.
why the guitar? Why weren't you like why didn't you go for piano or
Or the piano is too heavy, dude. It's like you're gonna go like this with the piano.
but can you play the piano though?
How
Yeah, I
many
can play
pianists
it.
do you know have chicks? Come on. What are
See,
you talking
he
about?
can play the piano. My God,
No, no,
hit
You
my
can
dad
play the
now.
piano. What are you talking about? You can play
Yeah,
the piano.
I can play these silly books that my daughter has, so that's why I'm
So
like
was that
really pushing
was that
her.
5 guitar players already, Joe?
Yeah,
kulang pa ba isa?
yeah, it was already 5.
Yeah. Pinoy, the Pinoy one. Who's the Pinoy?
The Pinoy one. It's I forgot his name. It's the guitarist
Intro voice.
for
Intro voice.
no. There's Sir Francis M. What's his
The guitar
name?
player.
Okay.
Mar Dizon?
But
No.
okay, another question.
No, like the Pinoy first. The Pinoy guitar player. That's Pinoy guitar.
What's his name?
Roger.
Si
The guy you told me about.
Jer.
He's the best guitar
Noel
player in the
Mendez.
book.
Noel Mendez.
Okay. Why are guys named Noel always good at music, right? Okay. Why is he very good to you as a Pinoy guitar player?
Because
Are you sure it's not Noel
I like-
Cabangon?
What?
Noel Cabangon is a
Noel
guitar player, too,
Cabangon
right?
is a folk singer.
Yeah,
a
folk
guitarist.
He's a folk singer. It's like a member of book club before.
Noel Mendez is a session player. He used to play with Hype, with Side A.
Whoa.
He session for Neocolors. He basically plays the guitar for most of the pop artists in the 90s.
Wow.
Maybe even today. Not so sure, but that's
Yeah,
his
Why
probably
thing.
didn't
the
you do it? Why
request.
didn't you try to be a session like
He
player?
is. He is.
I did for a time.
How much do you like? Do you get a lot of money for this?
No,
Oh crap!
No, just enough to make him buy a 300,000 peso guitar. But that's it.
No, not really. A million per session. My
I think
God!
if you have to be a session player, you have to be in Manila.
All right, so it would be more lucrative for you if you live in Manila, yeah.
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 Don't go to
So all right,
Cebu. Cebu, everybody's a session player in Cebu. Even the taxi driver is a session player in Cebu. Everybody plays guitar in Cebu. It's crazy.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
So you're a guitar player, and you're a good one at that.
very good.
Did you ever look at those bands perform and you're like, I mean,
Always,
all right.
always.
I mean,
Klaro lang,
they're
klaro
like
lang.
these bands popular. They're making money. People are shouting when they're performing, but then you're there and you're just like,
It's interesting. Okay. Is Paulo Paco or is Paco Jaga a good drummer?
He keeps time well.
Okay, so they all have strengths, right?
Yeah,
Who is the best drummer you think locally?
probably. I don't. Probably
Willie
from Manila.
Revillame? Willie
No, no.
Revillame. No, Willie Revillame does play drums.
The
Palito play
drummer
drums.
for
If you didn't know, Palito was a good drummer, right?
but at the
drummer
top of your head,
South
there
Philippines.
are people who are in the limelight or is in a band,
Mhm.
and you look at them and you say to yourself, you can confidently say to yourself like, I'm better
That's a
than
good
that guy.
question. That's a
Yeah,
good question. Yeah,
I'm better than that guy.
because you've opened for a
Like,
lot of bands, like popular bands already,
I
both
won.
foreign.
I won.
Good job, both foreign and local.
you
And
you have that
Joe,
experience.
you
Yes?
know your ability, man. It's like Iceman as a DJ.
Yeah.
Like like let's say he has a showdown with Mo Twister or
But, yeah,
something.
but here's the
He-
thing. I don't really care, man.
No,
See, that's the thing. That's the
no,
thing.
it's
He
not.
doesn't really
It's
care
not.
because he knows.
You
He
know, that's
knows
right.
because he knows. It's like Pac-Man knows. He doesn't care. I'll fight you,
That's
whatever. So
That's
it's,
right.
My
it's the same with
issue,
him. Like,
my issue is
I don't
not
care.
them being able to do a particular thing, but it's more of not being able to pull off those things in a live setup. So if they're gonna
Yeah.
play and they played bad,
So basically,
that's
it's like um okay, because you perform, so it depends on your performance on that particular time, yeah. Because like people have bad nights, people have
Yes.
so
We have
you
bad
have good nights
episodes.
as well.
We have
So, all
bad
right,
episodes.
yeah,
you
we have
can't
bad episodes. All right,
judge them because they had a bad night. But
all right.
you know,
Well, don't you judge it like John, for example, like because I mean I know that fame, the level of fame doesn't always equate to the level of talent, right? I mean, come on, like showbiz, right? You see these actors can't even speak straight line of Tagalog, and they're like, what the heck is Derek Ramsey doing in a heavy drama Filipino film, right? I mean, what the heck, right? Like Derek Ramsey, man, it's not convincing, But anyways, when it comes to guitar playing or whatever, usually when a band is popular, it's not really just credited to like the guitar player or what. The bands that actually have the legit musicians usually not really very famous or don't really hit like super mainstream because like they play very heavy pieces, and it's not really like simple radio friendly.
Parokya ni Edgar. Diba? It's a classic example of that. Those are very simple songs, but
Yes, yes.
everybody likes their songs.
Green Day, Green Day's
They're
got
not
like,
technically proficient, but
but
they play
they're
good.
musically appealing, right?
Yeah,
There's a
they
band
have
called
mass appeal.
the Presidents of the United States of America. They have like 3 strings on their guitar.
True.
It's lump,
They have
it's lump.
bass
Remember that
guitar.
song? Peaches, the peaches, peaches for free. That guy had like a what is it called? The guitar thing that he made,
Bass guitar.
bass guitar. So yeah, as long as you can come up with a, because there are people who for me are technical. I classify guitar players as this: technically proficient, like Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, and all these guys. We could like Michelangelo, and they like just make the guitar really sound like a chase scene in a cartoon, like But the thing is, when you listen to it, yeah, it's impressive, but does it steer your soul? Does it make you
Yeah.
close your eyes and think of past relationships? And I think that's kind of why Slash became popular because he strikes that balance, right? Right? Slash kind of strikes that balance. I don't know because supposedly the riff for Sleep Child of Mine was something he did, and then Axl Rose heard it, and he goes, "Hey, do that again." And then right,
It was
something
supposed
to
to
that
be a
effect.
joke.
It was supposed to be a joke. It was supposed to be a joke.
but that
And
backfired on him and ended
yeah,
up ended up on the song.
and John Mayer was interviewed, and he said the songs that he poured the most effort in are usually the ones that don't become hits. Because he sees it differently. He's a guitar player. He's a purist. So what's good for him, for the masses, they have no idea. Like
Right.
that the song Neon is very difficult to play.
I think it's the same with Under Pressure by Queen. It started out as a joke, like the bass there.
It ended up being a joke by Michael V, didn't he?
What?
Did Michael V make a version of that, or was it? Boom.
No, that's Another One Bites the Dust. No, the Under Pressure bass was like sort of
Ice Ice Baby. It became Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah,
right?
it became Ice Ice Baby.
Okay, and what's that song by what's his name? Became Can't Touch This. Ding 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 ding.
MC Hammer?
Sexy girl, long haired, Rick James.
Rick James.
Rick
Rick
James.
James. All right.
Superfly, I think, was it Superfly? That's it. Super Freak. The title originally is Super Freak. So, anyways, yeah. So I see it as that the those who are musicians and those who are technically proficient. The musicians like Dave Grohl, I classify Dave Grohl as a musician because when you hear Foo Fighter songs, it stirs something in you. Even Kurt Cobain, it sounds like white noise or trash, but it's very melodic. And I don't know if that's classical, John. Where does that come from? What's the trick? Is there like a blueprint for a chord progression that makes a song a hit?
Yeah, there is. There is a blueprint for Western music, so to speak. But like in the case of Nirvana, they're not following that. So
Yeah.
that's basically the genius of Kurt Cobain coming in.
So they
He
don't have a
wrote
pattern.
songs
They just
not
start
following
writing
the
songs and
formula.
singing songs and all right, yeah, that's
Because we
genius
have to
right there.
remember that the music that we listen to, these are patterned after Western music, right? But
Mhm.
if you
Yes.
listen to old Filipino songs or the let's say Japanese, they have a different scale, a different tonality.
That is
All
so
that.
true. Yes, that is so
Yeah.
true. And I didn't even realize that the song April Boys made popular in the Philippines was actually
Or
a
in
rock
Japan.
song, sort of a rock song here in Japan, which is
Yeah.
like so popular.
Which song was
Yeah,
it?
Itoshi no Eri.
Which
And it
is
was like
what's the
it's
song of the?
Honey My Love So Sweet.
Okay,
So
all right.
that is very popular here.
Was that
It's
April Boy?
Itoshi no
You know
Eri.
April Boys, the brothers.
No, April Boys, Vingo and Jimmy. I think Honey My Love So Sweet. Yeah. So here it's
Okay.
like Eddie My Love So Sweet. Then it's sort of like it's rock-ish. I think it's rock because it was coming from a rock band. So I was like, whoa, what is this song?
So you thought they were
Man,
ripping off April Boys?
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's how good April Boys are? But then I'm like, oh, it's the other way around.
That's how
I
good
thought
they
like,
are, ripping off
wow.
other people's
Well,
songs.
yeah, but no, they were ripping off other people's songs. It was like it's a classic here in Japan.
Orange and Lemons were accused
Itoshi
of
no
that, right?
Eri.
Orange and Lemons, remember? What's that song by Orange and Lemons? With they were accused of
Pinoy ako.
yes, Pinoy ako. The what's that? The big
Orange
what's
and
that?
Lemons.
The Kuya, Big Brother? Is that the Big
Pinoy
Brother
Big
one?
Brother was
The
used
Pinoy Big
as a
Brother song?
theme for
And that's
Pinoy
originally
Big
from
Brother.
what was that? The Care? That was that
Yeah, the Care
the Care,
chandelier.
right? The chandelier. That's it. It's exactly note for note. That's what it is. You know.
What does the title of that Orange and Lemon song again?
Pinoy ako. Pinoy, Pinoy. Are you sure that's the title? Pinoy ako. Did
Maybe.
Manny Pacquiao come up with a song like that?
Oh man.
Okay. Anyway, so we were talking about proficiency. All right. So technical and musical. John, I would say is John Mayer technical or musical or both?
Both. Both.
Eric Clapton, both, right?
Both.
Both.
So
Brian
there's
Adams. Brian Adams.
not technical,
Not
but
technical.
He's a
definitely
guitar player, yeah?
definitely a songwriter.
Okay. Eagles. Whoever it is at the helm at the time. Okay.
Joe Walsh, that's very technical.
Very technical. All right.
Yeah.
But also very like there's a
Melodic.
yeah, it has like a Spanish music thing tinge to it, right?
So what
Yeah.
like what did Glenn Frey do in the Eagles? Was he like the guitar guy? Or was he,
The Batlungon one.
Glenn Frey was like who was the piano guy? Glenn
Was
Frey
the
was
only
the
one
piano
that says
guy.
the heat is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the heat is on. The heat is on.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Well, Jimi Hendrix,
Jimi Hendrix is
psychedelic.
technical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very technical. He basically changed the landscape for guitarists when he came in. It's like everybody was blown away. Before him, it was all Eric Clapton.
Okay.
Then, Jimi Hendrix came in. It's like, whoa, this guy's from different planet.
Yeah, he bought in music, and he messed around with like the guitar pedal that wasn't even like nobody used because it sounded like just noise, which was fuzz,
Right.
right?
See,
He
okay, we talked about the guitars. I haven't seen his gears yet. Like what?
yeah, I
Like,
showed my guitar pedal. So John, let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it.
No,
Let's
we
start with
should start
the
with Rod's gear first.
no. I already showed it. I did.
When? Today?
One of our episodes, I showed it. I just remember I
Yeah,
brought the thing out
yeah.
and because
it was lousy.
John.
Yeah.
Okay, for those who are guitar noobs or guitar
It didn't
fans,
seem legit, Jong. So yeah, we want to
Oh.
look at yours.
follow Davao
Yeah,
Gas, Davao
he has, he
G.A.S.
has legit gear.
He
John's
does?
my mentor. John's my mentor, dude.
Right.
He's like, bye, Kenny, bye. And I always like message him, like, I know he's working or something. I keep bugging him. Bye. King of Tone, bye. Presyo. Bye. And he was the first one to tell me about
Yeah,
the King
but
of Tone. I remember that. It was
he-
during a tone party, and he sits next to me and he goes, bye. Kabul ka pila ng pedal na. I was like, and I was thinking guitar pedals are like 2.5, 3.5, back in the day,
Right.
Boss pedals, DOD. And he goes like, if you can find it and you can buy it, the retail is only this. But the waiting time is like 2 years or something. And unless you're willing to shell out like 30K.
Right.
Like,
For a
which is
pedal.
like I've never paid that much even for an electric
Well,
guitar.
Is there a difference though with the other pedals?
That's the problem when you know
Can you
someone like
spot the
Jong.
difference
You
though?
have to level up your budget. That's the problem. Back in the day, all I knew was like Boss pedals, all these like, that's it. I was happy. I didn't know the difference.
But does it make the difference? Like, can
Boy.
you spot the difference, or is it just like, oh, it's the same?
Jong opens the Pandora's box. You go to his home studio, you think one distortion is the same as the other, one overdrive is the same as the other. You think like, dude, I went to Hong Kong and the first thing I bought was the blues,
Right.
what is that? The
Blues
Driver.
driver.
The blues driver. And I thought that was like, legit. And I heard this okay, what's that favorite of yours? The Lightspeed. I heard the Lightspeed, and then I heard I think he had the Morning Glory at the time, and then the Tumnus, and then the one I have now, which I got from him, which is one of my favorites. I can't let it go. The
Ego
the-
Co.
Mhm.
the gold, what is it? The gold it's like, it looks like a Morning Glory pedal. It's gold. I got it from you.
Hybrid?
It's
Hybrid?
see, the hybrid.
Hybrid. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Hybrid.
I realize that when you listen carefully, there's overdrive that's painful. It has a certain frequency that kind of like just doesn't hit you right. It's not suave. It's like edgy, which is what overdrive should be. I understand, but it has to be kind of
Right.
smooth it out, right? I don't know how to explain it, but I got it from Jong. He's like, he made me kind of like listen to effects pedals, and that like you're thinking, okay, one chorus pedal sounds the same as the other. Apparently not. All right. One compressor sounds the same as the other. Apparently not. And it's Jong will open my ears in that. If you start to ask him about that stuff, we're gonna need 10 hours or more. So Jong, explain the top 5 pedals to Iceman and what they do to the electric guitar, because the electric guitar by itself is basically just a guitar that's on an amplifier with a mic, right? It does not necessarily have any effects unless you mess around with the tone and volume knobs. So why are the pedals essential, and what are the top 5 you think? That Iceman probably
Okay.
had no idea.
So that Ice can relate to this. Ice, can you give me a familiar rock song, for example? That
Familiar rock song. Like,
we'll try
what
to
particular
break
rock
down.
song? Is it like what really hardcore rock or?
No. Doesn't have to be one. Just a
Okay.
familiar one.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Enter Sandman, because
Okay. So
Right.
enter Sandman. So when you listen to that, the first part is there's a guitar lick, then
Dun,
when it
dun,
starts,
dun, dun,
it's
dun, dun.
clean. But if you
Yeah.
listen closely, there's a parang,
Jing, 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 jing,
what do you
jing. Oh,
call
that's
that?
the drums, right?
Parang there's a movement on the sound of the string. It's like two guitars playing. That is a chorus. So that's a special effect that allows you to give that kind of sound.
That is coming from the pedal.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
coming from the pedal.
Yes.
Hang
Okay.
on.
Now when they start hitting it heavy with the drums coming in, they kick in the distortion. So that's the sound that you
And when
hear.
you say distortion, that
That's a
there's
different one. Distortion is still with the met.
subcategories of distortion, right, John? Or
Yes.
is right?
Yeah.
So,
So
so
Okay.
there are
Distortion
different.
is still with the pedal or not?
Yes. There you can have a pedal version of it. There's another one, like in the case of Metallica,
Joe,
it's
can you
an
show
amplifier.
some? Show us your gear, man, so people know what you're talking. Joe, you seen mine, right, Ice? Mine is like the ignored step brother of of his guitar pedal rig. He, yeah, I told you I started with like one pedal, two pedals. I started going back to Jong's place, and yeah, there. Okay, so he will show you his workstation.
See that?
That looks better than our console at the station, man.
All right, there it is. All right. Okay.
Yeah, he will explain which is which. So he has switchers, and I don't have switchers.
Yeah, that looks complicated. Looks like a
Yes.
bomb to me. Anyway. All right.
It looks like a yeah. Good luck trying to get that on a plane.
All right. Okay. How many pedals are there on that table? Because I can't seem to like count it. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, you don't count this. These are just switchers.
Power supply, switchers, yeah.
There's 6, but this one counts as this is a multi effects, so it does more.
All right.
About
It does
100 pedals
all
worth
of
of
it
effects.
into
So hang on,
this.
but that thing, that whole thing, you can use that all at the same time, or is it just like one?
No.
You all connect, like no, it's just like okay,
Can
it's
you?
that it's like
Can you turn all of that at once, John? What does it sound like?
No, you can. You can use it, but there's no practical use for turning
Alright.
it all at once.
all right.
But it really depends. So like what Rod said, when certain portions of the song, like playing the solo for a song, or you kick this one, or you
Right.
kick this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you play on stage, you bring the whole thing, but then you
Yes.
take turns in kicking those things.
He doesn't kick him, he steps on it, dude.
All right, okay. All right, you step on it. Like,
That's expensive, bro. What are you talking about? You step on
don't
it.
kick it. All right, okay, step on it. So you like whichever you want to use, you just step on it, and that's that's going to make the sound.
Usually,
more
John, what's your like consistent always on pedal? Is it the it's not the
Right
compressor,
now,
right?
it's the light speed,
Okay,
the
it's
light
always
speed,
on. Always on.
and most of the time
Are you on the clean side of it or the dirty
on the
side of
clean
it?
side of it. So
Okay.
just more for overdrive.
Can
So
your
what?
kids
So
touch those things?
what? Yeah.
Do you let your kids touch like your stuff? All right, okay. Okay, you were
They know
saying.
how they know how to handle it.
All right.
Yung overdrive, when I say overdrive, it's just very light distortion, just enough to dirty up your guitar signal.
If you were to sort of explain it in like a band term, maybe like Oasis sound, maybe, right?
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that.
that's it.
Or like like Oasis has distortion, but it's not like it's
Yeah.
it's more of like just this um like a Champagne Supernova, or maybe that's not the good one. What's the one? Don't Look Back in Anger. You know Don't Look Back in Anger,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I love that
Yeah,
song. Don't Look
I
Back in
love
Anger.
that song.
For me that's like the ideal kind of like level of
It's just
overdrive. That's
it's overdrive.
right.
It's piercing to the ears. Doesn't hit you like that.
Yeah, kind of like that.
When you listen to Metallica, Megadeth, that's distortion. That's heavy gain. It's still over. It's the same category, but it's a heavier
So
version.
there's a difference between distortion and overdrive.
Yes.
So with these like Metallica songs, Megadeth songs, they're distortion. But then
Yeah.
with these like how do you like softer? Should I say softer? That's overdrive.
If you want to get a Metallica sound, what's the go-to pedal? You think a
Well,
rat? What is? I don't know what level. I mean,
Metal Zone.
is it
Metal.
Metal Zone?
Yeah.
Like if you can only
No,
have one,
but Metallica never really uses that much in terms of pedals. They use amps that are high gain pedals.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And that creates a
So,
certain sound of distortion, like heaviness, like jig jig
so
jig
the,
jig
the
jig
only
jig.
reason why we're using pedals is because it's cheaper. Instead of buying
Right.
Okay.
the heavy amps, you buy the pedals, and lying to yourself that it sounds just as good.
Yeah.
As the
Okay.
amps.
Okay. So when you said cheaper, like probably the cheapest pedal you can get is probably like 500, 1.5. Like this, like the
Is that the
China.
cheapest? 500,
Yeah. Did you get one
1,500?
for 500? Is there one for 500? No.
Second hand, second
Yeah,
hand of
probably
the
you know.
China ones.
Okay. So what's the most expensive? Like Clone Centaur.
Yeah.
Tell
Okay, the
Ice.
most expensive. Yeah.
It's
Clone Center. It's
the Clone.
it's an overdrive that's way
Sounds like.
overpriced.
An overdrive that would cost you what? Cost you your life? What cost you like a year's pay?
Both
How
kidneys.
Both
much is
kidneys.
how much is it, Jong? Last time you checked the gold. What's the expensive one? The silver or the gold? I mean
Gold,
the gold.
the gold one.
And how much would it be?
Well, I know Josh Cuts sold it for 500K, but that was supposed to
500,000?
be a prank, right?
Yeah, so, no, that would
Is
be
it
it.
supposed to be more than that?
Because this guy, what's his name on YouTube, bought one. And he got it for like
What?
an obscene amount of money for it
Half a
for one
million?
pedal.
Yeah, no, but realistically, a clone center would be around $2,000, I think.
$2,000. So that's like
100,000,
2,000,
100K,
100K.
100K. And if I played it, it would sound like 2K. But if Jong played like a 2K pedal, he would sound 500K. See, that's the difference. That's the
Exactly.
one
Yeah.
I could never figure out.
It's
And that's
just
why-
like someone using a really, really expensive Michael Jordan shoes,
Yes.
and he
Yes.
can't play shit.
And he plays like me.
There's
But
just
no.
some guy, like just wearing some mid-range, like basketball shoes. Like, oh man, it's like he's dunking on you. Like sinking
but
those
in
3-point
fairness to
shots.
Ice, he deserves more expensive shoes. He plays very
True.
well. This guy, I've never seen a guy throw 3-point shots, and I never
What
trusted
are you
him.
talking? No, I don't play.
There was
Jim
one
Boy
time we
got
played.
my spot.
We played at
Jim Boy
Garden.
got my spot. What are
We
you
played at
talking about?
Garden Oasis.
Jim Boy took my
we-
spot.
That was back then. You didn't practice yet. You were not Iceman yet. You were Chris Rock.
No,
That's why your
my
shots
brothers
were
were good. My brothers were good. I'm not. Even up to now,
No,
I'm
Ice
still
is
not.
good.
I'm a
Ice is-
wannabe.
No,
I'm a
you're not.
wannabe.
You're not good with the fancy
Okay,
schmancy
okay,
stuff.
all right.
But you're
Remember-
good with shooting.
George,
Ice.
George, you remember Jose Amado Estrada?
Yeah.
He was in the freaking team. He was in the freaking team. Can you believe that?
What is it?
And we
Crippled?
played
What's with
together. We played together, and I'm
That'd be
always
fun
like,
to
we're,
see.
we're
And
a
he
team,
made
yeah?
it. And he made it. You got kicked out.
He made it to the team. That's why I hated our teacher. That explains it. It's not even Jim Boy. Jim Boy was, I would understand. All right, he's taller, right? He's got
Yeah,
skills.
but look at the bright side. Look at the bright side. You
But
ended
then,
up,
like,
you ended up being Iceman. He ended up, hooking up with Mahal. Come on, right? Still,
No. In fairness, like Erap, we call him Erap. He's a good friend of mine. He was a good friend of mine back in elementary days. Yeah.
Does he
Even
look
up to
like
now, we're still-
Master Yoda?
we're friends.
Does he look like Master Yoda?
No. He looks like
Okay, 'cause I have a friend named Arab who
he's
looks
very
like
Tisoy.
that.
He's very Tisoy. He's very
Yeah,
Tisoy.
that's him.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, his ears kind of like Rizal. His ears like kind of like Rizal. I know him. I know
He
Arab,
made
yeah.
the team. He made the goddamn team, for crying out loud. And every time we play against Bansali and Carl and Mario Mendez, he
These
was
guys are
like
good.
our only like
These guys are
he's just
good,
like
right?
he only rebounds. So like, all right, you rebound. He doesn't even shoot. You know what I'm saying? Then like,
I've
he
heard of
made the
Dennis
team.
Rodman. I've heard of Dennis Rodman, dude. Come on.
Dude, he's no Dennis Rodman. That's for sure. He's no Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. He's Dennis Rodman.
He made the team. So that explains my hatred.
Yeah, that's why you practice for years and now you can shoot the ball, but it's too late.
No, of course not. No, let's talk about guitars.
And you buy the right shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said by the right
Iceman
shoes.
is a good player. He doesn't like he's like when he plays basketball, he's like he's so chill and like boom, let's shoot it. Like what the heck? It's like 3 points. No effort whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't compare to the level of expertise that Jong has on guitars. I mean, dude, I
Of course.
play.
Okay. Okay.
But his
I'll attest.
level of expertise,
I'll attest.
he can look at those popular and like big shot bands out there who are playing, and he can look at them. He can look at
Yeah.
those guitar players, and he can just like go, yeah,
Yeah. You
I
know,
can take, yeah, I
here's
can
the
take
thing with
them
John.
out anytime,
Based on
any
like
day.
if I compare him to a lot of my other guitar player friends, and I've been in the local rock scene for quite a while. I've hung out with musicians all my life. I'm a frustrated guitar player. That's always something that I felt like I could never be as good. And the thing is with me, I stay in my lane. Like I don't try to bite off more than I can chew. Like I'd never go up on stage and play something that I can't do properly. So we played like Eraserheads, we played Green Day, we played it safe. We played the Mentos song from Foo Fighters, Big Me. That's kind of easy, right? When you talking about it, carries on. So I was able to perform that on stage. That's my lane. The way I see Jong though, compared to my other friends, I have friends who are professional guitar players, but all they do is like Earth, Wind, and Fire stuff, and like that's all they do. I don't
Yeah,
see them play other stuff. Jong is very versatile. Like you said, he's classically trained. He's the first song that he ever played was like a Kenny Rogers song, but you'd
right.
never know that
Your
based
friends
on
are
his.
basically your friends are basically Jack Black, always playing the
Uh,
in the School of Rock, the show.
The Pick of Destiny. That's an awesome movie, by the way. If you haven't seen The Pick of Destiny, watch it. I think it's on Netflix. Watch The Pick of Destiny. Have you seen it, John? The Pick of Destiny?
Yeah.
Did you know that that's Dave Grohl, the devil? That's Dave Grohl. That's Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl is that devil guy who shows like that's Dave Grohl, man. What are you talking about?
Is this on Netflix?
Dude, watch it. You will like it. Even if you're not a guitar
I'm gonna
fan,
watch
you
it.
will like because
I'm
Jack
gonna
Black
watch
is
it.
like.
I
Yeah, but
enjoyed School of Rock. I probably
anyway,
can enjoy it.
Jong is very versatile, and the thing with Jong too is like he's not even a full time guitar player. The guys that you see at like performing at Cynthia's Lechon and where you help fly over wherever, those guys that's all they do, and their parents played guitar, their lolo played guitar. Heck, they their mom probably played guitar
Yeah,
too.
because you're talking about parents and Lolo. Okay, do you pressure your kids to play the guitar, John?
No, no.
No, they play
Do they play?
Xbox.
Do they play the guitar?
Uh, they try, pero
Is
hindi
there
ko.
one with
They
potential,
don't
or
have your. They don't have your skill.
I don't want to push them into to learning any of this. But
I
although
agree.
sometimes during dinner, I pretend that I'm affected pag ayaw nila ng music. Like,
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. And here's
there's
Iceman who
something.
doesn't know a thing or two and forces his daughter to play the
Play
piano.
the damn piano,
No, but
biatch.
my
Yeah,
but
I do that.
guys,
I do that.
my little girl plays the ukulele.
All right. See. Oh yeah. We usually like. Okay. See. Here's the thing. Jong has it in him. Now, how old are your kids now?
I have an 18 years old. I
All right.
have a 12 years old and a 10 years old.
So the one who's playing the ukulele is like what, like the 10 years
12,
old?
12.
The 12. All right. So maybe she's not there yet. But the 18 years old, do you think there's still hope for him? Or is it her or a
Well,
him?
well, the problem is he's the one with he's gifted with a good ear. So
Hmm.
he's really good in figuring out the melody of songs, but
Right.
he does not want to play.
All right.
He
Oh, he
figured
didn't.
out a few lines on the piano on his own. Then when
All right.
I sit beside him to jam with him, he stood up, went away. Does not care.
Yeah. That's okay, man. All the talent is on you.
I would blame it. I would blame it on the school and
Social media, dude.
for no
Internet.
no 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 for no teacher opening a whatever club in their school because John started with a guitar club for crying out loud. They should have had like a club in school.
Dude, I
Oh,
was a member of the varsity golf in Ateneo. Did I ever play golf in my lifetime? I only did it to escape ROTC. What are you talking
see,
about?
because that he didn't do that just to
Varsity
escape
golf.
Golf
anything.
varsity, man. Golf, golf,
In-
golf.
Yeah, but yeah, no, but John
Did you know
didn't
that Ateneo
join the
had a golf
guitar club
varsity team?
to escape something. He joined it because he wanted to do it. That's
Yeah.
the
And he
difference.
didn't join it because it wasn't his wife who was running the club. If it was his wife, you'd be like I said, you'd be Yingwi Malmsteen right now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yes, it's like just
Yeah.
terrible. Just like bad
So
timing.
So when it comes to guitar pedals, Jong, is it sometimes I see these like well-respected musicians, and I watch Rig. What's that? Yeah, there's the series called Premier Guitar does it, like rig something, and then they show the
Rig
setup.
rundown.
Rig rundown. They show the setup of bands, and the sometimes I'm like, that's the pedals he uses. You know, like I have better pedals. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, it's I don't know if these guys are gear enthusiasts or maybe they just like stick to what they do and they just like the sound of guitar more. But it blows me away sometimes because sometimes you expect, they'd have more complicated gear, but they apparently, some use the blues driver still. Some just go with like Boss pedals for the reliability of it. I see Rat being used a lot of times, or these nothing on the level of what you have, obviously. But uh, I guess when you said that, it's because of the quality of their amps.
True.
So that's why they
They
don't
probably have
use.
good amps, yeah.
Yes,
They have
because
really good amps that the pedals are just like icing, icing on the
what's a
cake.
dumble? That's
Dumble
what
is an
John
amp.
Mayer used. Yeah, what John Mayer used. Why is that so expensive? And why is it so?
It's expensive because Alexander Dumble, the amp maker, does not make the amps anymore. He only makes amps for people that he likes, and even then, you have to fish out. You have to fork out about 90K USD.
Dollars?
Yeah,
Wow, what a douche.
it's
Just so you
expensive.
know, Ice, a Porsche Cayenne is probably like less than that. You can get like a BMW 7 class, even series,
So
for
expensive.
less. Yeah,
So
that amp
only
is
the big names can
okay.
afford it,
My
or the
question, Jong,
section
is
players.
my question is why can't anybody else, you know, emulate or copy that same? I mean, I'm sure the materials and stuff is still there. Is it a secret like recipe
No,
or coding
there,
thing?
there are clones of that. The
The milkman?
Seriatone, and there are amp brands. Fuse, Fuse. That's the name of the amp that they try to copy the sound of the Dumble amp. Two Rock also does that,
Is it
but
close? I
but
mean,
those are also expensive. So
okay. All right.
Hmm.
So
not,
maybe just like the clone centaur, it sounds like there's a tumnus, right? There's these other
true.
pedals that sort of try to emulate that, but I guess only you would know unless you have the super, discriminating ears. All right. So when it comes to guitars, as opposed to pedals, how important is a good guitar? Would you rather have the most expensive pedals and amp and a crappy guitar, or the best guitar and maybe like a entry level amp and what sound do you think would give you better? I
It
mean,
has to be a not the best amp, but it has to be a good sounding amp and a good guitar.
All right.
That's pretty much what I want. Because the reason for
so
that is,
so pay more for the guitar. We'd pay more
yeah,
for the
pay
guitar
more
than
for the
okay.
guitar
All right.
because it definitely will sound good, feels better, and if it feels
Yes.
better, you play better.
Yes, because my mom would always tell me it's the same thing. I'm like, no.
No,
Like
it's
even my
not.
wife would be like, it's the same. And John was the one who opened it. You know why? I'm used to playing guitars that's like 10K, 15K, or yung mga renta-renta na guitars at Bangkerohan for an hour and rocker kuno. And I never realized how rough and kind of like niliyeki those things are. It actually discourages you from learning further
Yeah,
into your guitar
makes it
journey.
more difficult to execute certain parts.
And John's like, bye. This is my elite strat. By this is a PRS. By this is a Music Man. And I'm like, when you touch it, it's silky smooth, Ice. I mean, it's like you got lubricant on or something. It's silky smooth. Like literally, your fingers will glide because of the quality of the wood,
Yeah,
the
because it's
finishing.
Jong. It's his guitar. He deserves that guitar.
No, 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 but what I'm saying is, it he paid more, significantly more for it, and you're like going, they all look alike. If you go to like a music store, they all look alike. You, but when you touch like a custom shop Fender, which I haven't, have you, John? Have you held a
Yeah,
custom shop Fender? Is there a
Dave has
difference?
one.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Well, so like a custom shop, as compared to the neck of a regular, let's say a Mexico, even a Mexico and Japan, there's a difference,
Mhm.
already. um you really do kind of not play better, but you are more, you get more excited to wake up and get the guitar and like play on your hands. And because most people will say, one guitar, it's actually different. It's different. It's not one hammer is the same with the
Yeah, I
other.
understand that because I think musicians they have their own thing. Like I know some people like no, I'm not gonna play it unless it's this piano. If this is not this
Yeah,
piano, I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
play it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Right
There are
on.
people who are like that. If it's not this guitar, I'm not gonna play it because I need a guitar like this. Or if the
Speaking of
amp's not
guitar,
like that, I am not gonna play.
speaking
So
of
they have
yeah,
like contracts and shit like that. Yeah.
I agree with Ice because with piano, it's different too, and the intonation of
Like
the
even the
instrument.
DJ sound, it's like, oh, if it's
The
not a good
microphone, the
mic,
microphone, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
if the mic sucks, I'm not gonna do it. Like see,
So
yeah.
it's
so even
sort of that thing.
even in live gigs, or there's a usually there's a tech rider that you need to fill
Right,
up. So you
right.
put in what amps you want, but usually you bring
Yes,
your own
yes.
guitar, but you
Right.
pick the amps that you want.
Yeah, yeah. I remember because when we had MYMP, they gave us their, like technical writer, and we have to get those things. We have to we have to contract like the sound provider, and we have to show them like, oh, this is what they need, and this is what they want.
Ice
And they're
Chin
like,
has an
all right,
acoustic,
right.
right? He plays an acoustic,
Well,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Probably like a Taylor or a
Yeah,
Martin, maybe.
but then they needed something from like the sound people, and I don't know what that is. I'm not a sound guy, so I was like, all
I
right, just give
remember,
it to
Jong.
them.
I remember the
That's it.
first local artist I saw playing the Parker Fly was Barbie Almalbis. I don't know if you remember this, but
Yeah,
Barbie Almalbis played the Parker Fly, which is
that Parker Fly is the
what's
same
up?
exact one that's now with Kichi Nadal.
That actual guitar that Barbie Almalbis was playing.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
just for MJ, John, who was your number one again? Was it no, not Jimi Hendrix? Yeah, who was your number one?
your
Guitar
teacher.
player?
Was your teacher?
Single Llanto. MJ's asking, y'all might have asked this. Yeah, we did. Who's your
Mark
favorite
Knopfler. Mark
guitarist?
Knopfler.
Mark Knopfler.
From Dire Straits.
Yeah, yeah, there's it.
Yeah, all right. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But he's
MJ
not
Mendoza,
number one.
look up
He's
Dire
one of
Straits.
the five.
One of
Yeah.
the five. Yeah, that's okay.
Who's
All
your
right.
current favorite? If you could
Who's your
emulate the
favorite
sound,
now? Yeah.
Is it not that guy that we watch who has a control center like you? What's his name?
Tim Pierce.
Right?
Tim
Yes, Tim
Pierce.
Pierce. I love that guy. I love that guy
That
because he
guy.
doesn't even when he's the most stressful situation, he was like playing.
Smiling the whole time.
Yeah, and he was playing for like they were doing scoring for the Oscars or something, Academy
Yes.
Awards, right? For the awarding, and he was doing it live. When they present the awards, okay, the winner for the best. That musical score you hear, Ice. It's live.
Right.
It's not like recorded music. There are guys that say if you screw it up, can you imagine? If they play the wrong thing. But anyway,
Yeah,
Well, for the right money, he's not gonna screw it up.
yeah, we're talking about
About
guitars. John,
300.
can you show? Yeah, do you have an entry level guitar there? Because I want you to show an entry level or a mid level guitar and your, obviously your babies, right? Just show it. If Ice can even tell the difference, let him guess which one is the most expensive. Don't tell him, but let him guess. He'll show you. Jung will show you all his guitars. All right. So guitar one. Don't say yet. Guitar one.
All right,
What is
that
that?
a Fender?
Yeah, it's a Fender.
It's a Fender.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Yeah, my daughter has a shirt, a black shirt with that picture
Uniqlo,
on.
right? Uniqlo. Is it Uniqlo?
Uniqlo, yes.
I
Uniqlo
knew it.
shirt, Fender.
All
Bought her
right.
that. All right, okay.
So
Looks
guitar
cool.
one. That's guitar one. All
That's
right.
guitar one.
What are the
Jim
features
Boy.
of that, Jung? What are the
Dean
features?
Boy has a comment
Yeah.
that nabili ko na.
Nabili ko na entry level.
What?
You already sold it to Jim Boy.
Nabili
The
ko na
guy who
entry
took my
level.
spot.
Dude, the Jim Boy, the entry level
it's
is
your
actually
guitar.
like high level. Yeah, entry level for Jong is like high level for most. All right. So
All right,
okay,
okay.
that's guitar one. What are
That's
the
guitar number
features of
one.
that? What's
All
it?
right.
What?
So this is the should I give the name?
Yeah, go. The
Yeah,
name
sure,
and
it's fine.
the
This
pickups
is
and
a Strat Plus. This is a 90s guitar. And I did a few modifications on it, changed it to a humbucker rather than a single coil. Because most
Right.
of Stratocasters are single coils. Tatlong ganyan. But it's humbucker. So change it to a different pickup.
Right.
all right. Okay, that's first guitar one. Keep a mental note, Ice. All right. First one is the Fender. Guitar number two. Okay.
So looks like the same thing, but
Delambay, delambay. Delambay. Tapos ang glaway, ah.
silver ang color.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Can you read that? Nice.
Can you read this?
Starts with an X. Is it an X?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ends with a C.
The exotic guitar.
Exotic. All right.
and
Exotic guitar.
it's exactly like a Fender Stratocaster.
Right.
Okay.
All right. But a smaller guitar maker, manufacturer. Guitar 2. That's an
You have
RJ.
more.
Even RJ doesn't have
RJ
music.
guitar. All right. Did you modify that? No.
No.
All right.
It's a 594 GRS 594.
Paul Reed Smith. All right. It's a humbucker guitar, kind of like a Les Paul, a Gibson.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
So I've reduced the number of guitars to 3 for now.
But I know you have guitars stored there from other
Because Jim Boy has the like the entry level now.
the entry level. He's going like he's holding it right now, trying to play like. I knew I should
Jim
have
Boy's
gotten
asking
that.
how much.
He has a Japanese Fender Strat. I sold it to him.
That's an MIJ.
It's very dear to me because
Is
I
it
love
that
that guitar.
Fuji? Is that because there's series to it, right? The series.
No, but it's a Japan exclusive. It's only sold in
Alright.
Japan.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
Hold on.
it's
Before you reserve judgment, I want to show you my guitar. Hold on. Real quick. Hold on. Mine's very exclusive.
Atik lang na si Rod.
Yeah, I don't trust him because the only song that I hear or that I heard him play was like, I wanna die right now. I wanna die. That was the only song that he. Oh man, how can I trust him? How can I? He's got no credibility. I know he just wanted to kill himself back then, and he played the guitar. So I'm like, all right, okay, let me see this. Is this from you, John? Did he buy it from you? No.
No.
No. All right, where did you get it?
Okay.
Where'd you get it?
Ice.
Yeah, where'd you get it?
Very exclusive guitar. First off, it's an L acoustic. It plays acoustic, and you can plug it in. There's a port here.
Right.
And there's a one pickup there. It's a.
Is that a giveaway? Is that a giveaway from McDonald's?
Hey, that's McDonald's. I don't know what this is, but this sticker is dear to me. You know why?
Why?
Personally given to me by Carl Roy.
Who's
This is
Carl Roy?
Dude, come on, you don't know who Carl Roy is. Singing the people. Come on. POT, dude. But this was from his band Kapatid. And I interviewed him. I think he suffered several strokes already when that happened, so he wasn't really as active. But, we stayed, hung out at the station. I was fortunate enough to interview him. And he gave me stickers. I had pictures. This is, I think, the logo of his group then, Kapatid. And then, like, a year or two, he passed away. Right? Like, so, but why this guitar is so exclusive, it's only sold to cops. I'm obviously not a policeman, right?
Right.
I'm not. See? It says
So
there.
you
right
use
there.
your dad's connection to get that?
No. It says there. Right. Okay, I want you to read it. All right? I want you to read it.
All right.
It's only for cops.
All right. Kinawat? Tanawa. All right. Okay,
Read
what's
it.
that?
Is it backwards? It's backwards?
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, I'll correct it. There.
Less.
It is only for cops. All right, not to civilian people.
How can you take him seriously, John? If he talks like this about guitars, you can never trust him.
It's not even a Les Paul, dude. It's a Les Paul. Only for cops. When
How would you get it for? 15?
Dude, even the color. Look, the old security guard, police colors. See, Les Paul, right? See, told you, man.
It's like one of those things hanging in Bangkirohan. Like I think I've seen that before.
Mo na yung mga guitar mo.
Wala na.
How many guitars does this guy have?
One.
All right.
One. I have one
okay.
left.
He deserves one, John. He deserves one.
I know. That's right.
He deserves one.
One is too much for me. What are you talking about? I can play
the one left.
And he can't show, like, even if he has another guitar, he can't show it, John. You know why? Because at some point, maybe his aunt or his mother is like, that's too much for you, Rod. You deserve one guitar.
Yeah, but
What do
I'm
you have
pretty
two
sure.
guitars for?
I'm pretty sure my mom will see this and she'll say, "How much did you pay for that
Show
exclusive
the
policeman guitar? Huh?
guitar. Show the
Why did you pay a lot for that
guitar.
police guitar?"
Dude, it's 11:12. I gotta work tomorrow.
Less poo. All right. So, what is the most expensive guitar?
Hey. Me? You're asking
One,
me?
2, or 3? Yeah, from John.
All right. I would say, because you were like wiping your, you were like, you were drooling over the second
Dude,
one. So I would say that's probably. But that's because you're drooling over it. But I thought it was
We're
the
talking
third one.
expensive here. We're talking expensive, not.
So
So
I thought
yeah.
the third one that he showed me looks like the most expensive.
Okay.
So at least to me,
You know what they
but
say in
if you were-
poker, right? Always
Yeah.
go on your instincts.
with your instincts. All right. So
Don't ever
would you
base
say-
it on the guy
Yeah.
trying to give you that look, right?
Right. Okay.
So you're right about your initial. It's the PRS, and it's significantly more expensive than the one I was drooling after, which is
Alright.
already significantly more expensive than the first guitar that I had, which is already significantly more expensive than the one Jin Boy got, which is significantly more expensive than this Les Poo crap that I have here. But the bottom line is,
But not as expensive as the one guitar you have left.
Upstairs. All right,
Yeah.
Tita
But-
Emelina. He has a guitar upstairs. It's very expensive.
yeah, you know what? The thing with that guitar is I'm holding on to it because there's actually a YouTube video with the guy, right? The original guy who owns it. He has a YouTube video using that guitar. He was the guy who ordered it. He ended up with a guy who was a.
So I was correct. Hang on, was I correct?
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. You're correct actually on both almost. So how much was the second guitar? The Sonic?
Secret. No, you can't. You can't say the price. Okay, like I know they're expensive, and it's like like you can't just say the price. I mean, how can you
Just
sell
say
it
it's
for
like 150,000 pesos, right?
how can you sell it for a more expensive price? And when the time comes, you cannot say that. That's not,
yeah,
that's
that's right,
bad
that's right.
marketing. That's
That's
bad
right, that's
marketing
right.
right there.
That's right. That's right.
But
Okay.
but yeah, I can see that he really has really nice guitars, and I think he deserves it.
Mhm.
And he's got all those gears, and I think it's fair to say that like he should have those things.
Lewis Hamilton should not be driving a Geely or something, right?
Exactly.
He shouldn't be driving like
True.
a Kia Pride,
True.
right?
It's like
Lewis
me and you having all these things, and we don't deserve it. Like I don't deserve all those shoes. Like
That's
no,
not
I'm,
true.
I'm not as good as my brothers.
I
They're
don't
really
deserve
good
this
players.
mic.
No.
See that's kind of why it's unfair to us broadcasters because like doing this show when we do a talk show and do a radio show, there's always the preference thing.
Right.
If you're a good guitar player, you're a good guitar player. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, the person
Hey,
who'll
Rod.
say you're not is a person who doesn't know what he's talking about. But with like radio hosts or DJs or whatever, it's like there's always somebody who will say, I don't like him, he talks too much. I don't like him, his voice is not good enough. Or I don't like him because, he's too slang. Or I don't like him because he's too not slang. So there's always a preference and they can't be wrong. But
They're
with a
not
guitar
even using
player-
the slang term correctly because slang
Yes.
is not what you
Slang
think
is
it
colloquial.
means.
Yes. What is
Yeah,
slang?
that's what it is. See, it's
Yeah.
accents. Is the accent like
Yes.
people can have accents. It's fine.
That's right.
You go to
That's
the
right.
States, they have different kinds of accents. So it's
That's
fine.
right.
Rod, I got a message from the wifey. Says she's watching, so all the more reason not to divulge any of the price.
No. Baby, ito
Well,
naman ang gitara ko, babe.
Mrs.
Ano ka man? Ito no.
Well,
Let's
actually, Mrs. Tuhan, there are some guitars here in my house that he actually sent to my address, exclusively made in Japan.
No. You? Yeah, it's already with Iceman. He had them under the bed.
Hey guys, there's an interesting question from Patrick Angelo Amable here. You seeing that?
Right? Yeah,
Can
like
you-
he had a question. Yeah, what was the question? Yeah. Like, hang on.
Answer
I'll
this
try to
one.
find. All right, here it is.
Yeah, I
Entry
read the
level.
chat, man. I
Right.
can't read the
This
chat
one?
message.
Entry level Gibson, Fender, or high end? What's it? This Square?
Okay.
Epiphone with soup up pickup strings, etc. Is it worth it to customize budget guitars?
All
right, John, yes.
Okay,
Right.
John will answer. I have my own take.
Rod, what's your
Okay.
take? What's your take?
My take is okay. If you're gonna get a Squire, which is only maybe let's say not significantly cheaper than a Fender, and when I say Fender, I mean like at least a Mexican Fender, made in Mexico Fender. I'm not talking about the Fender that's made elsewhere. Well, there's a Korea Fender, I think, right? It's either like Mexican, Japan onwards, right?
Yeah.
So the cheapest is the Mexico one that you can get for around 20K. You can get one pre-owned even cheaper. How much is a Squire? A Squire, yes, it's brand new. You get it at RJ Music, whatever, and it's like not RJ, but like at a music shop, and it's like what, like 16, 15K. So what's the difference? Okay, for me personally, there's a huge difference. But I'm talking about the Mexican above Fender here, and it's the feel, and that's something that you cannot replace. All right, the pickups you can, um, the circuitry you can, the tuners you can. You can fool yourself into putting all these whatever, but the feel, the actual structure, the building. We're not talking the furnitures here. We're talking about the building, the integrity of the building that you're living in. That's what you're going to be holding. That's what you're going to be feeling. And play it when it's unplugged. Close your eyes and like run your fingers across the fretboard. If it's kind of rough around the edges, then it probably is. And the main difference that I noticed with my Mexican Strat and the US Strat was sometimes it's overdone. It's too like smooth, where my hand slips out sometimes because there's no edge to kind of latch onto. But it's really a preference feel. But if you want the premium feel, I describe it best as silky smooth. Just like that. Was that the Guthrie guitar? Was it the Guthrie guitar, right? That we saw at
Marvel Guthrie.
A Charvel. Yeah, that one was like a butter smooth neck. So feel the neck. If it feels premium, then that's something you cannot replace unless you want to replace the neck. That's my take. So always go for okay. Would you rather buy the top of the line Kia Pride or the lower end BMW? If they're around the same price, right? There's just a pedigree that the other brand has, though Fender owns Squire, but there's a reason why they call it Squire. So that's my take. What about you, John?
Yeah,
You might disagree.
basically the same. When you there, medyo may fine aspect yung question niya. He's saying entry level Gibson, entry level Fender, right? So there are entry level Gibson guitars that I really hate
Yes.
to the core.
Yes. That
So
Epiphone's even better, right?
yeah, yung FF there's certain levels because you can say high end. These are not really high end, but the FF phones in the market are good. The Squire is good, especially the 80s one. So my take is just if you're going to buy a Squire and FF phone, just make sure you like the pickups already. Don't waste time upgrading it because you'll end up it's gonna end up costing more in the
Mm-hmm.
long run. You're buying this, you're adding components that are much expensive than the original guitar.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
unnecessary, yeah?
yeah, and if you're going to choose whether it's entry level or not, as long as you like the feel of the guitar, that's the first thing, the feel and the sound. If you like it, you won't lose sleep over it. But
Yeah.
you buy it, you use it. That's it. Don't
Yeah.
worry
Right.
about
True.
the next guy has a better guitar than you.
Yeah.
Just make sure you sound better than him.
That's right.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
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 Exactly. That's
It's
true.
not it's not the
That's true.
Jordans. It's not the Jordans that make you play well. It's that you should be Jordan. You
Exactly.
have to be Jordan.
Exactly.
Not just,
But it feels so good to have the Jordans, right?
yes. And it feels so good to play the guitar that Jong has, even if you suck at it. Like even if I'm a sucky player, there's just a difference. And the classic vibe Squires are
Yeah.
really better than some of the Korea China Fenders. So if you're gonna compare it to that, but if you compare it to the Mexican Fender, get a pre-owned Mexican or Japan over the
Have
Squire.
Joey set it up. That's it.
Yes. All right. So what's the
Who's
other?
Joey?
Joey's
The guy.
uh, a, a guitarist here that knows how to set up
All
his.
right. Okay. He's the one who sets up things there in Devour. All right. Okay. Have Joey set it up. I thought like
Oh,
Joey,
shout out to what's his name too? Guitar Spa.
Nino.
Yeah, Nino also. He's
Nino. All
yeah,
right.
but Joey's kind of like the vet. He's the guy who's like iconic already. So he's a
All right.
luthier, right?
Judge is tuned in. Hello, Judge.
Judge, yeah, I gotta ask Judge. if you put him on the show, is it gonna do anything to the integrity of his title?
You have to talk to Judge. You have to talk. You have to
I know,
talk to him about this. All right.
because
It's
I
your
know where
lane
it's gonna
now.
go. I know where it's gonna go if we have him on the show. I can
Yeah,
just tell
I
him
know.
behave,
I know.
right?
Yeah, I know.
So,
Yeah. It's not
yeah.
like before when he was still like in private practice.
It's
and
up to
stuff
him.
like
If he
that.
wants to join, all he has to do is
Yeah.
say, I'm fine. But
All
if
right.
he's gonna,
So, yeah. Right. So,
we'll
we'll
message
talk
him.
about it. All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
John. Thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Like
Always a pleasure.
you showed me a lot of stuff, and yeah, like
We
I
opened
got
up old
to-
wounds.
old
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
You still can't get over that teacher's wife.
Yeah. Thank you for opening that.
And I can't believe you actually said
Thanks
his
for
wife
reminding
is
me of
hot,
yesterday.
dude. I can't believe you said his wife is hot. You said first you said you
she
first you said you
was.
hate
Well,
him.
not now.
and then
You're
you
like,
said, okay, all right. We'll talk about that some other time. Hidden desires. That's a good topic.
I do not know any student back then who did not like his wife. Come on, like I would be real here. Everybody
Yeah.
did.
And you were
Everybody did.
all
If somebody- if somebody would say like no, I didn't like it, like you're a big liar and you deserve to die, because I don't know anybody who did not.
But not everybody hated the husband, right?
No, well, yeah, well, I told you he like
Only
Amado,
us.
Jose got the spot, Jimboy got a spot, even Joseph got a spot.
See, that's a typical Filipino thing. If you don't get our way, it's always someone else's fault. Maybe you didn't deserve it.
It wasn't their fault. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't their fault. That's why I hated the guy who picked the team. It's not their fault. It's the guy who picked the team.
In fairness to him, we wouldn't have Jong as our guest, and we won't have one of the best guitar players I personally know.
That's true.
Regardless of the level of exposure.
He's a legend. He's a legend. That's
He
you know,
is.
like because
Yeah.
I've heard it, but I think Rod lived with it. Like
Yes,
you know,
and he's
like,
the kind of guy where
you
you
hang
have
out together.
You have
and
to
you
hang
saw
out
him.
with him to realize the talent. Because there are some guys that you see on stage. Whoa, kuya, woy, mangaon mag-guitar, you know. But at the end of the day, he's so limited in his like playing, talent. Jong is just very versatile, and to think that's not even his main thing. You know, it's just.
Imagine if he
buy-
does that every day.
just to
That's
buy
his
new
main
shirts
thing.
with.
Just imagine that.
Wala na, pack up na, direkto yan na.
Pack up, bawal yan. Bawal yan.
Yeah. John, thanks so much for joining and
Thank you, man.
be patient with us. I know we strayed from the main thing. I know the audience probably didn't learn anything.
No, this one.
But nobody watches the show to learn anything, all right? That's the point.
Yeah.
You do that, you watch the documentaries, you watch
But it's the best
History
off
Channel.
topic ever, because we, like he brought up old wounds and reminded me of why I didn't make it to the team and like why I hated the guy.
And it started with why he eventually became a guitar player that he's now.
Exactly.
started
Of course,
there.
we
All
have
right,
that.
so-
We have that teacher to thank for.
Yeah, and
Right.
Judge, the honorable Judge, everybody knows him as Attorney T. He is a real judge now. We're not just saying judge.
Yeah. We're not kidding. All right.
He's you all know, if you know the show from back then, we would love to have him on the show, but I'm just kind of concerned if somebody at that level.
We don't trust ourselves.
I
We don't
can't
trust
just
ourselves,
I
Judge.
can't just be saying yes, Your Honor. Every time he says something.
We don't want to be. We don't want to be in contempt.
And I'm not even worried about getting him in trouble. He might get himself in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
All right, partner,
All right,
I miss you.
All right, so guys, we'll see you again on Saturday. Yeah, I hope Pinky can
Yes.
join us. But tonight we had George Jong Tujan. If you have guitar, I don't know, guitar questions, guitar
If you have any
concerns,
Issues
talk
with
to this
guitar, leave him alone. All right, it's pandemic. He needs a break.
yeah, don't go to his house. Just
Everybody
message him.
goes to his house in Luz Biminda in Maa. Leave him alone. I'm
Hang
pretty
on,
sure
he lives in Luz Viminda.
I'm pretty sure Pidea thinks it's a drug den now. All these
don't live there.
scary looking, suspicious
You-
looking guys walking
lives
in
there.
like,
Hang on.
bay, tago ni bay.
I live in Midland. It's like almost right in front of Luz Viminda.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, you lived in the northern part, yeah?
Yeah.
Were you down north?
Yeah.
Novachera? No?
No, Pampanga.
Pampanga.
area.
See, I remember. Yeah, I see it.
When I go to Jong's house,
They're Pampanga boys.
when I pass by the guardhouse, he doesn't ask me to leave my ID. All I have to do is go like this. Asa ka, sir? I go. Okay, let's go. Sige, sir, go. Sige, sir, go. Diretso. I said to go like this. Excellent. Party time. Swing.
And the guard goes
no.
like this.
Yeah. And the guy goes,
Got it. All right. Okay.
all right, enough book for
All right.
tonight.
All right.
Let's go back to
okay.
reality. I got to take care of my kids and I got to
Me too.
Discipline
I
this
gotta work
young man
tomorrow,
here.
man.
Yeah, all right,
Raymar.
John,
Anyway,
thank you.
Jong, thanks a lot.
Uh,
And yeah, Jong
Thanks.
Tujan, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, my
My
name is Iceman.
My name's Rod Rodriguez.
And we are out.